Yeah, we find her, the beautiful girl we've been missing. We wanna have her kissing. We find her, now we in love. Say go so, the remix.
DMB, Tux Bites, remix.
Now if I had to lose you like a bad phone connection, I'd change my game to get a better reception. Sit back, let's start this interaction. Don't fight the feelings, just a chain reaction. Your heart won't give you the wrong instructions. Like my GPS, yes I got the right direction. We gotta merge together like a road intersection. Last stop is gonna be my love and affection. I ain't like the mother dudes, they wanna call you shorty, but I'ma call you a beautiful girl. I took your picture home, my mama saw it, she's a very, very beautiful girl. I wanna put you in my video, cause you're so beautiful. You're a beautiful girl. So when you hear us on your radio, turn up your stereo. It's beautiful girl.
Gotta find a shorty, what's worth of a lady. Ain't nice but maybe doesn't look like 40. It's taking a little time. I wasn't seeing no signs, any traces of my baby. Who's gonna be my baby? But I thought I'm gonna take my time. Within it took a long fine eye. I saw a shorty passing by. She's got this very pretty smile. It was right at the bus station. I tried to make a conversation, holding her arms, feeling so tough. I felt the sensation. It's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Now I realize I found me a beautiful girl. She's a model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it by. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes are killing it tight. I found me a beautiful girl.
Body me LP, oh yeah,
My wish came true when I saw you, girl. God must have blessed me with your beauty, girl. Looking so right from your head to your toe. Shaped like a Coke bottle with a smile of a queen. My queen to be, you my destiny. Got a body of a goddess with your beauty, I'm impressed. And I'm never in distress. Come on over and be mine. Been searching for a man and now all the cats keep looking to mine. With a sexy walk and a sexy talk, she must be from a planet called the sexy world. I know I ain't tripping, better yet I'm thinking put a ring on the finger, we look good together. Take your place in my heart with your beauty, I'ma say that I'll never turn away. Who would think I'm in love?
So the way she smiles at me just really makes me weak. The way she speaks to me just really make me go so weak. Keep staring in her eyebrows. All I kept on saying is wow. If you touch as a breezy night, all I really want in my life. Oh yeah, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes, I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing tight. I found me a beautiful girl. Yeah, beautiful girl, beautiful girl. Yeah. Beautiful girl.
Damn. Money. You seen her? Hot Ice. Have you seen her? LP. Have you seen her? I'ma go over to Tux Bites. I know you've probably seen her. He has a lot of beautiful girls with him. Tux, it's DMV, baby. Look.
Beautiful.
I look for a while, but I can't seem to find a beautiful girl so I can make her mine. Time after time I've been searching for a while, but every girl I meet never seems worthwhile. What can I do? I pray to God for an answer. I feel pains in my heart like cancer, and when I find her, I'm gonna romance her. Lace of her presents and gifts, call me Santa. Claus, I make her heartbeat pause. That's my girl, homeboy, not yours. The girl of my dreams, she's more than I ever thought. Show me Aston Kutcher, I think I'm getting punked. She's what I really want, so I'ma go get her. Since I'm a go getter, you know I'm gon' get her. And I will give her the world, anything for my beautiful girl.
Psych. Ooh, it's been a while that I've been trying to find a beautiful girl. Fine brown eyes. I found me a beautiful girl. She's my model, she's so fine. I just wanna take it. Beautiful girl, sparkling eyes, killing time.
touching and kissing, make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.
Man of prestige. Ha! Now this guy win. Now you win. Now you win today. Now you win. Now you win. I agree. Man of prestige. Now man you be.
I'm sure some people will be jealous now the way I talk about Ola. But I have learned a lot from him. That's why I keep telling you to follow him. If you don't follow Man of Prestige, now you know.
What is going on? Welcome back. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Awesome. We're live. What's going on? How are you? Today is what? Tuesday, 21st of November. All right. Awesome. I hope you guys are doing well. Welcome back. My name is Ola. I'm coming to you live from my Empire Pro Studios. This is Man of Prestige. Over here, we talk about relationships using trendy topics, trendy conversations. We basically try to extract relationship lessons from a self-power, social, seduction, attraction, emotional intelligence standpoint. And that's what we do here. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Let's ping everyone else into the room. Let's have a conversation. Today, I'm going to be doing a reaction. Today is rest day. I'm just chilling, okay? And we're going to be reacting to this Honest Bunch video from the Glitch Africa channel. We kind of touched a little bit on it yesterday, but today we're going to dive in a little bit deeper because that girl DOYIN was trending today, okay? I think it's called Glitch Africa. Just want to make sure I give them proper credit, okay? And that's basically what we're going to do today. So ping everyone else into the room. Let's have a conversation. This conversation that everybody always try to avoid. It's either somebody is busy, everybody's just avoiding the conversation, directly or indirectly, okay? Now, people are having more of the conversation. They are starting to talk more about it. So, but we need to, the idea here is to make it comfortable. Make it comfortable that people can have a very, very serious conversation that's literally around particular human being activities that basically destroy people. Okay, so the people are going to do those things. It's either we talk about it or we don't talk about it, educate people, get people to awareness, or we'll continue to do what we do, avoid it and continue to create the same results. So it's time we change something up. Yes, you can download the books absolutely for free. They're available at only one book for now. You get on the waiting list for the other one at loveandprestige.com. Okay, there are two books. You'll be able to get access to this instantly. You can download it for free. Okay, and basically it's our testimony, our lessons, basically our own methods. Okay, and you can download that at loveandprestige.com, and you can join the conversation behind the scenes also at lolaandola.com/WhatsApp. All right, and shout out to all my sponsors. Shout out to Mo Fresh, Richie, Life with Natu, Adesua, Film Girl, Open Floor by Tima, Show Mama, Gores Corner, D Love. You can join our sponsors simply by clicking on the join button on the channel. Okay, and you can be a part of the weight carrying team here. I want to appreciate those people. Thank you so much. You can also sponsor any individual shows for as low as 99 cents. Right now, this month, we're up to $69.86, and a few cents off from last show. But Ben did sponsor yesterday's show for for $19.99. So I want to say thank you to him. I don't know why that's not reflecting yet, but either way, thank you. Hit that like button, share, subscribe as you're coming in. Okay, we're gonna have a conversation today with this people. Let me see here. I just want to make sure that we're on the same page here. So sit back, relax. That's all we're gonna talk about. We just take one clip at a time and we'll talk. All right, that's all we're going to do today. And then tomorrow we'll get back to maybe covering some, but this one was trendy today, that's why I brought it up, but yep. So relax, grab some drink or something, and let's have fun together. That is not a C, by the way. That is an E. That is not a C, that is an E. Yeah, wild, right? It's wild. But yeah, we'll be right back. If you donate at any point today, I'll play this for you. All right, good. Now let's talk about it. I'm gonna open each clip at a time, and then if I don't want to, like, this is too early to go into this the eating booty part right here. Let me first of all, let's go to the first one here. I'm just gonna open it and we'll get into the conversation. Let's see. All right, here we go. Boom, there you go. All right, so we're reacting basically to Honest Bunch podcast today. They are on Glitch Africa. Yeah, Glitch Africa. So we're using their material within the fair use guidelines. Okay, so let's get into it. Let's see what they're talking about first.
What a sex toy can do, what a good
sex toy. Both of you are even using it
me
together.
I know one thing though. See what a sex toy can do, what a good vibrator can do. I don't know one man that can do that job.
True that.
And that is just fact.
All right, so there's a lot of words that's going to be thrown around that basically tend to demonetize our videos. So we're going to try to avoid that as much as possible today, but it's a conversation that we need to have. So today I'm not going to be as filtered as I normally am, right? So I'm not going to be as filtered, but let's have the conversation, okay?
Good vibrator can do. I don't know one man that can do that job.
True that.
And that is just
She doesn't know one man. And that brings me up to a question like, how many men does she know? And when I say no, I mean no, right? To be able to make such an assertion, right? Right? Does she need to know too many men? Maybe not, but still, it still brings up the question, how many men do you know to be able to say that, right? Then again, it depends on what you're looking to get done. Right now, we're talking about sex. And this is an activity that happens between two human beings. And I think today, earlier on, she doubled down a little bit. And she said, I guess Nigerians are hypocrites. They came for her because anything that sounds like sex, they will just come for the person. Like the person is going to hellfire. And I think that's the angle that most people went, But yeah, so today, at least earlier on, she was definitely trending because of what she said yesterday on the show. But again, how many men does she know? Like, to make such an assertion, she was quite confident about what she said. Right now, obviously, man no be machine. Right, we all agree on that. That man is not machine. Man is not machiney. All right. So I'm sure she gained a lot more followers. She's about to gain one more right now. She has about 176,000 followers on Twitter. I'll follow. That's fine. Anyway, so she doubled down. I'm trying to look for it. Let me see. She doubled down, definitely. Okay, this is going too far into the past. I'm just looking at her most recent comment. Today is what? November 21st. Okay. All right, so this girl, if you don't know who she is, she's Big Brother Naija cast, one of the, and I think she's been casted twice. on that show. So let me see. Did she delete it? Because she doubled down earlier on, right? But anyway, a lot of people are saying a lot of stuff. Let's see what this guy say. God, share this. Okay, let's see what it's saying. So what she said is basically she's saying a man versus a device, right? And she's basically saying there's no man ever that will be able to compare to a device, basically sex toys, right? So let's see what this comedian has to say. This is Pastor Remote, comedian Remote. So let's see what he has to say.
Is that vibrator? It's actually very funny the way women are not praising vibrator over men. Like they don't longer need men in their life. Like what a vibrator can do in 3 seconds, a man, a full-grown man, cannot do it. Saying they can actually live without men once they have vibrator. Vibrator. Don't worry, by the time you go to work and go back home, is that vibrator, you will just you hold the vibrator and you say, babe, honey, if you see what happened today in my workplace, in place of work, if you see that man was not, is that vibrator? Oh, vibrator by the special and the anointing grace of God.
He said it's the vibrator you marry.
Don't forget that one day, vibrator will malfunction.
Vibrator will malfunction.
That day, nobody will be at home.
What kind of argument is this?
For your mind, you now start it. Ọjọ́ tó bá ṣí fake ra. Ọjọ́ yẹn ń bọ̀, ọjọ́ ńlá lọ́jọ́ náà. Ọjọ́ tí dán rẹ̀ má gbiná. Ó dá mi lójú, ó má gbiná. Àjẹsùn wo.
Yeah, I'm live. Stupid.
You will see my
Oh dear. Let me see. Let me come to the chat. Yes, I am live. For those of you that are asking, shout out to. Let me see who's there. Hey Tonya. Hey Lady Navoa. Yes, this is live. How are you? And Tonya Afana from the Obodo Yimbo TV. Alpha. Good to see you. All right. So let's get back to what she's saying. She's basically saying, that's what we started the conversation yesterday. I'm just trying to bring us up to speed a little bit.
That is what can do. I don't know one man that can do that job.
True that.
And that is just fact.
And she said that's facts. All right. So we talked about that yesterday.
That is just facts. Let's not lie. You see that rhythm, that consistency that the vibrator has. No man can wiggle his tongue consistently like that till you come. Consistently. Sometimes, when you're doing it with a man, he's getting the rhythm, and then you're about to come and then he changes something. I'm like, oh my goodness, get the fuck out of my face.
Like who sent you?
Do you understand? But sex toy would never make that mistake.
All right, so right from this moment, this girl is all talk. She probably can kiss her high school boyfriends, her BBN boyfriends. She probably can kiss on TV. But when it comes to real life, particularly in a long-term relationship, she probably will fail. It's probably mostly a lot more talk than she can actually perform. Okay, and when I say perform, I'm not talking about just the sexual act. Okay, there's a lot that goes down before and after the actual act, right? And a lot of women don't realize that they need to also have game. Okay, so and that's basically going to be the direction of a lot of our conversations today. In fact, she asked this question. Let me pull up this next clip right here. Let's see. All right, so let's go for this one. There you go. All right.
Nice.
I mean, I was going to say something on what she said. I actually really agree with Ezine. I think sexual compatibility is very important. So, like first day, okay, maybe not first day, at least after we exchange pleasure.
Before she say what she wants to say, a lot of people are throwing that phrase around, sexual compatibility, right? Sexual compatibility also suggests that there's no work needed. It's either you're compatible or you're not compatible. So I'm going to speak a lot towards long-term relationships, okay? When you don't really know yourselves, when you're just hyper, you're horny, like it's nobody's business, you don't really have any for 3 months straight in a row, You can run around town and talk about sexual compatibility, blah blah blah, and all these terminologies, right? But all of that will get tested when you enter long-term relationships, because see finish will enter, right? And then we'll know if you truly have game. At that point in time, we'll know if you got game. That means you can get to action and off action anytime you like. You can make it do what it do and have a good time at it, right? Even in the long-term relationships, a lot of people have concluded that this is actually impossible. Okay, especially when they've entered the space and they just say it's impossible, or they will conclude back to, oh yeah, we're not just compatible. So before she goes forward, she already threw the buzzword out there right now. Sexual compatibility is very important. It is true, it's very important. All right, but as far as in the grand scheme of things, all of that will get tested. You're going to get into a space later on that you will now question sexual compatibility or compatibility. Will you be able to discern that, hey, we're just in a funky space? You know what? Or is this just we're just not compatible, right? Are you able to separate the two? Probably not. You'll probably just conclude that the grass is greener on the other side. You lack game. Let's continue.
And trees, and I know your name. Okay. Do you give head? Do you eat ass? Yeah, let's know. So
this is how I know. So after you get to know a person's name on a dating, you just the next thing. How is this different from what do you bring to the table? I beg, I'm asking for a friend.
Okay, maybe not first day. At least after we exchange pleasure.
She said maybe not on first date. She actually meant first date. You can read through that, right? Okay. She meant as soon as possible. Now, the reality is that she probably can't ask these questions, but she's fantasizing about a world where everybody would just have conversations and talk about everything, and that doesn't mess anything up, right? The reality is that it can mess a lot up. In fact, it will mess things up. Because the other person, how they interpret what you're saying in their head, you're not really in control of that. So the only thing you can control is your game, how you're influencing other people, how you're socially influencing people that you're on a date with, right? How you're influencing them directly or indirectly. That's really all you can control by way of educating yourself, right? But now let's just have conversation. Sure, you can say anything you want, but how does it land on the other side? And if you see that you're making the same mistake over and over again a few more times, or you're creating the same results a few more times, you have to look at yourself and say, there's something about me or the way I talk, right? So you go on a first date. Okay, she didn't mean the first date. She just said after exchanging a few pleasantries, right? Do you eat ass? Okay. Is that how that works today, these days, this time and age? I beg to differ. Ola, you're out of touch. They are doing that. Yeah, no. Look at the results when they create. Exactly.
I mean, I was going to say something on what she said. I actually really agree with Ezine. I think sexual compatibility is very important. So, like first day, okay, maybe not first day, at least after we exchange pleasantries and I know your name, okay. Do you give head? Do you eat ass? Yeah, let's know. So if that's something that I'm into and I cannot do without, and it's something you cannot do, we don't waste each other's time. Because a lot of people get into relationships and think, oh, sexual compatibility is not important, but it is very important. And that's why you find out people cheat on their partners because, their partner is not willing to do something that they really, really like.
All right, so at this point, it's okay to just pass it along that if there's sexual incompatibility, it becomes a pass, an excuse, a license to cheat, right? See, I never say it that way. I think there are reasons why people cheat beyond just trying to be evil. I personally think that, right? When it becomes a matter of survival, people will do what they have to do, right? Is it your fault? No, not necessarily. But I'm looking at her. She's probably that type of chick that will probably say, well, you're a cheat. That's no excuse for cheating. But she just literally gave an excuse for cheating, right? Because sexual incompatibility, cheating, right? Here's the other part that she's missing. That sexual compatibility thing is a moving target in real life. Okay, not fantasy, not in your head, not on BBN set, right? Not on your TV, not on the reality TV shows. Not after you come to your boyfriend's house every other 3 months after class, right? I'm talking about once you start doing life with a person, either as a long-term relationship or marriage, sexual compatibility is a moving target. So you might feel like you were sexually compatible yesterday. Tomorrow it's a different ball game, right? But guess what human beings do? They conclude back to, I guess we were never really as compatible as I thought, because they don't want to do the work. It's the same issues across the board. Let's continue.
So if you don't have that conversation early on,
it might become difficult in the long run.
Yeah.
And you know, sometimes some people are very deceitful, right? So they do it because they do it like campaign to win you over. And when they see that you're stuck there, they tell you,
after they win election,
and then you leave
they
them.
will now remember that they need to buy SUV.
And then you leave.
That's the problem.
And then
Exactly. And sometimes, again, people can talk a good game, right? People can tell you all you want to hear, right? About what they're going to do and what they're never going to do. They'll tell you all about that, right? So it's not a matter of they intentionally are deceiving you. Oftentimes they're deceiving themselves, right? They don't know what they're talking about. They've never been in that situation, right? To know. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get the... Hold on. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, subscribe. Let's tune everybody into the show. Welcome, Chinyi. How far? All right, so it's easy for anybody to just run their mouth. Not necessarily because they want to deceive you. They might be deceiving you. I don't know why it would be worthwhile for them to deceive you. For the most part, people don't really care like that. Oftentimes, they're deceiving themselves. They are just running their mouth, like most people that run their mouth on podcasts. Okay. So, but let's continue hearing this. Let's see.
And you leave.
The problem is
because
how to leave.
How is it a problem?
Most people are stuck in their relationships. Like,
she see how she just said you just leave. That's why she kept. It's very easy for her to talk about sexual compatibility and all these different phrases that she's still going to throw around, right? Including then you leave. This is clearly a person that has nothing to lose when it comes to relationships, right? Would you listen to this person? They have nothing to lose. So, it's either it's compatible or it's not compatible. If it's not compatible, then you leave. Well, you better have the conversation in the beginning. Well, most people have a lot of conversations. They talk about a lot of stuff in the beginning. But when reality kicks in, it's different. It's a different experience, right? It's altogether a different experience. But of course, then you just leave. And what's her name? Izine. She's like, you just leave. What you talking about?
they are there. They are emotionally attached now.
They are emotionally attached. People have vested interest, emotional interest.
That they now want to manage that thing because it can't go away.
Well, here's the thing. You can manage it or you can just learn how it works. You can learn how life works, how sex works, and you can build something for yourself that you can't find on the other side of the track oftentimes. It's up to you. You can learn it. Like everything else that we learn in life, you can literally learn this, right? Especially, but what if you are willing to learn and the other person is not willing to learn? You learn how to seduce the other person into learning. That's all part of the learning, right? At least you try first before you give up, right? But if you conclude as sexual compatibility, because remember, I'm talking about people that was once upon a time sexually compatible, but suddenly you're no longer sexually compatible. Yes. At that point in time, you should look at yourself in the face and ask.
Not be juju be that.
Right. But these are our influencers. Let's continue.
Process of starting all over again. Looking for somebody that suits your preferences.
Yes. But if you have a partner that is not prioritizing your sexual preference and does not care that you really want something badly, then that partner does not care about you. So
you see the conclusion. If you have a partner who does not prioritize your sexual preferences, regardless of where it's coming from, remember I said earlier it's a moving target. Let's say you woke up one day and you said, well, the way I like it is I like the other way that, that way, like what way? We don't do that in my own home, right? If that partner have a little bit of like, wait, I don't want to do that, suddenly they don't care about you. See the conclusion? Is it making sense? It's the same topic when it comes to just relationship. It's the same thing when it comes to sex and everything around that, right? Just a bunch of people making up theories that really doesn't work in real life, right? It doesn't, just because we disagree on something now, it just means you don't care about me. That really doesn't make any sense in real life, just so you know. It's the same thing.
It's time to move to someone else.
You can also.
It's time to move to someone else, right? They will say body count doesn't matter. It's my body count. Is it yours? No, it doesn't matter. It's not about the body count, okay? It's about all those bodies you're collecting as for every breakfast that you're serving and that you are collecting, right? You think you're getting away with that? No, you're not. You know, I'm not even here to shame you, but to just be deliberately just be moving on to someone else because you hit a stumbling block. Obviously, that's not healthy. That's not healthy.
Always check out sex toys. You can always go through. There are different sex toys that can eat you out, honestly.
Yeah, but some people don't.
Let me move on to the next segment because I'm basically taking it one segment at a time. Let me share this one. Let's go to this one. There you go.
You know how you are, I don't know the example to give. You know how you're, okay, let me forget this example I want to give. But the thing is, right, if you never spoil, you can't spoil. That's the problem.
Yes.
They cannot handle, they cannot hold you back again.
Yes.
If you and your husband are used to having missionary style, and one day, maybe something happens, another person tells you to turn back, and you like it that way, that's the end.
You what?
That's the end. All right. Now, that's the end of what? Okay. If you enjoyed it, right?
Tells you to turn back, and you like it that way.
And you like it, right? Oh, that's the end of that era. Does it have to be the end of that partner? No. But that will be the end of that era because you just discovered something that you like, obviously, right? And that could be any position. So don't get stuck on the turnaround part or missionary, right? But it could be anything. You discover something new about yourself. Well, you have to be considerate about that. You have to say, wow, nice, right? That's the end of that era. We're about to discover. Now, what you'll find is that you go and do all these different things, all these different positions, all these different styles, right? And then you will start, this is how it works in real life. You might start to value missionary. Somebody asked me, what's my favorite position? I said missionary. And they were like, with all this talk, like, listen, I need to do more missionary. How about that, right? Because again, what most human beings want is what they can't have or what they don't have enough of, right? That's the way it works. If you try other things, after a while, you come back to the basics. You start enjoying the basics even better, right? And this is what we need to understand. It's just all in the head. It's not really something you have to overthink. I mean, we overthink it. We don't have a choice these days with everybody teaching all kind of gibberish. But just understand that back to the basics is always going to be a thing. That's your way to really navigate and explore and have varieties, right? Keep in mind that another option is back to the basics, right? So the end of that era, it doesn't have to be the end of your partner. It doesn't have to be, oh, now it's time to start looking on the other side, right? It doesn't have to be. All of that is in your mindset. But if you understand how life works, you will basically prevent yourself from destroying what you have in front of you, right? In the spirit of looking for the greener grass on the other side, right? And then learning how to create varieties as opposed to just destroying everything. Yeah, you're destroying everything, right? Just because you're finding progression or progressiveness or wokeness, right? The reality is that nature is not your mate. At the end of the day, no matter, it's okay to explore. You always want to find your way back to some basics because you will actually enjoy it even better, right? If you don't go too far out of line. Right. So she's right, the end. But the end of what? That's completely up to you. You see, you have the power to attach meanings to the events of life, right? You have the power. And when you exercise your power properly with some skills, you basically, it's like somebody running a marathon, right? and they think they can run their way fast all the way to the end. You'll get tired, you will crumble, you will crash and burn. But if you know how to manage your resources along the way, sometimes you slow down, sometimes you move a little faster. Before you know it, all you need to do is finish the race, right? That's really all you need to do, as opposed to everybody trying to go so fast. Yeah, just, it's the end. Just leave them, right? Yeah, need to calm down. And the leaving doesn't have to be grand to be destructive. You can just completely be disengaged from the idea that you have the power of influence when it comes to sexual activities between you and your partner. You do have that power, right? But you might feel like you don't have power because you haven't learned how to. Well, it's time to learn something new. Because again, if you keep spreading yourself too thin, eventually you will crash and burn. Let's continue.
That's the end.
You have to learn though.
You teach your partner.
Yeah.
So if
Good point.
your
Teach your partner. Let's see what she's saying.
partner is giving you normal one and you have been taking it for years, and then vibrator just comes like this,
And your legs begin to shake like small generator.
and takes you there in 3 seconds. What are you doing with man again?
What
That's
are
the
you
reason
doing
most
with
men
man
don't
again?
want you to get there, because it takes away the place
The
of
fear.
Hey, because if he's around, he's not around, I'm good. Okay. Oh, bye.
But
You're
let me
tired,
tell you
okay.
something.
Well, like I said for those men yesterday, I'm going to kind of elaborate a little bit. If you overreact to somebody trying to introduce something new, if you overreact, you collect, okay? You basically push them further away. But if you understand, if you just know that, hey, again, everybody will come back to the basics at the end of the day. If you exercise some patience, some confidence, they probably don't really want all that, right? They probably just need to feel safe suggesting around you. That's probably what they need, right? But a lot of time, as naturally so, rightfully so, a lot of people will just overreact because they're not comfortable with something that seems strange to them, or they are afraid that once you turn the back, that is the end. No, nothing is ending, okay? It will only end if you agree that it's the end, okay? If you agree, if you're moving in that direction that it needs to end, then you might just attract what you fear the most, right? So just keep that at the back of your mind. Let's move on to this next segment here.
You want to start a business, but odds are you won't. Why? Just take a look at the number.
If I want you to write my face, so if I want to write your face, I will tell you. If I want you to write my face, so if I want to write your face, I will tell you. And even if it's not something you were doing before, you have to learn. At the end of the day, like, you should be open to, learning your partner and evolving and finding new ways to satisfy your partner, because sex is important in a relationship. It is important to come. Very important. I'm telling you.
That's the only way you can be comfortable in the relationship.
It is important to come. So I don't know why people hold back. I don't know why people are not as expressive as they should. If you think about it, what's the worst that could happen? He'll say, oh, sorry, I can't do it. Or he'll look at you like you're a bad girl. Or I don't know, because there are people that say that. They say, oh, yeah, if my girl is saying then I cannot marry her, then I can. We're just hypocrites. Because at the end of the day, we're going outside and we're cheating on our partners with people that are doing these things that we don't want our partners to say. So I don't really understand. It's like we're walking backwards in this country. Like, I want to be satisfied, but I don't want to tell my partner. So I'll go outside and do it with somebody else. And then if my partner says the same thing to me, then I'll be a hypocrite and say, oh, I'm not going to marry her. That's just bullshit.
Is there a creative way of...
All right, so again, when she says stuff like this, these are the things that make me say it's not sex that makes people cheat, okay? Maybe it's just one piece, okay? For the most part, it's not that, okay? Especially if that person is they're cheating with the same one person, right? They're cheating because they're getting emotional satisfaction from the other side, okay? And because every sex will get watered down, every sex will, if the reason why is that they run, just according to her, right, then they will always have to run because it will never be good enough, okay? If the only reason is any one thing, right, if the only reason why you're with a person long term is any one thing, you will continue to run from people to people because there's no one person that has everything all, right? overall in the grand scheme, the experience could be exactly what you want. But in terms of having it all to make you happy, no, it's probably the other way around. You're probably content. You're probably happy with yourself already, and you just find somebody who complements that very well, right? As opposed to, well, this person doesn't have what I want, so I'm just going to run to the other side. So again, she just painted this picture like, hey, she said at the end of the day, which is correct, at the end of the day, somebody who is open. But when she continued to explain the open, they're just quite myopic in nature with respect to how long-term relationships work. If she's talking about short-term relationships, it's even worse, because at the end of the day, these people have options and they are moving from person to person to person, right? So it is what it is. So let's be careful what kind of rhetorics we're listening to. Sometimes we're listening to ourselves, and it doesn't work in real life. It's obvious that these things does not work in real life, because you can look around you and you can basically see the results that people are creating out there. All right, let's continue.
Telling your partner that you are really you are not. Is there? This is what I'm saying, man. Until you're faced with a personal experience.
I have been faced with a personal experience.
And
no,
this
you're
is not
not
generalizing. I'm just saying.
No, you're not. Husband material always has a way. He has a way of picking that up. He knows when this person is just talking out of their ass. Shout out to DOYIN. Right? He could just pick it as like a personal experience, right? He's not talking to you. He's just saying, when you come to a personal experience, let's see what he has to say.
This is what I'm saying, man. Until you're faced with a personal experience.
I have been faced with a personal experience.
They didn't say you have not been faced with personal experience. Why did you get triggered now? Relax. Good for you. Now let's talk.
And this is not generalizing. I'm just saying. It just be like person will be say you get friend when get body odor. You go think say it very, very easy to get that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Until he reach to get that kind of conversation.
Okay, let's rewind back to what she was saying. She's talking about conversation. I keep warning you about conversation, right? There's communication 2.0. There's a whole chapter in the book, right? Because most people think conversation is just them talking. They don't realize that there's a lot that goes into it, right? There's a lot that goes into effective communication. A lot more than when we say not just listening, it's active listening. As in, like, you need to be so content you're willing to walk away from that conversation without giving your own utterances. For now, maybe you need time to process it. You're not in a haste. It's not that deep. It's deep, but it's not that deep. It's deep enough for you to take your time before you have something to say. You want to process it. It's not that deep. Heaven is not going to fall out of the skies if I don't have an opinion about this conversation today. When you're not yet in that space, you don't know what communication is, right? So it's easy to say, have that conversation until somebody's breath is smelling and you tell them, and this is the person you care about, and the result you're looking to create is not what happened, even though they promised you once upon a time that, oh, you could tell me anything. Right? How come it's not easy? People should be. Well, that's fantasy. People is not. Emotions are not your mate. If you tamper with people's emotions, they will respond accordingly with their own emotions. Meaning discombobulated communication, and you only get pissed off more if you tend to be the one who just want to talk about everything. You just get pissed off more, and it's like everything is now dry. Nobody's doing Kerewa today. Sorry. That wait you don't want to wait. Now you have to wait. Right? No, I should be able to just tell you. I just tell you how I feel. I want you to sit on my face, and I want you to sit on my face right now. So do it now, because you should care about my preferences anyway. No, that's so anti-seductive. Like, come on, come up with something better. Come up with a better strategy than have the conversation. You have a better strategy than have the conversation? I bet not. If you're like most people, you don't, and that's part of the problems. Married people have this problem. Let's shake some table. Let me go back a little bit.
Quit and say, oh, I'm not going to marry her. That's just bullshit.
Is there a creative way of telling your partner that you are really
He said creative. He's trying to get somewhere. He's using Yoruba English and Igbo English at the same time. He's trying to say, like, do you have to, like, there's a way you're going to tell, or you should just tell. He's trying to lead her somewhere, but this girl is disconnected from reality. She's theory, all theoretical, right? She's probably read some good books, right?
No, you are not. Is there? This is what I'm saying, man. until you're faced with a personal experience.
I have been faced with a personal experience.
Good. And this is not generalizing, I'm just saying. It just be like person will be say you get friend when get body odor. You go think say it very, very easy to get that kind of conversation.
Yeah.
Until he reach to get that kind of conversation. For some people, it's
even
a
a
lot
friend
easier to say, okay,
even a
let
friend.
me just we get people even they do this thing as trivia questions now. How do you tell them? Some people say, okay, I will give him this, I'll give him that. Now you have invested so much in a relationship where you and somebody there together, you see how happy you make the person feel, or how happy the person makes you feel. You can't look, say, this thing feel crush this person ego.
Yes.
You know, some people might want to they might want to say, okay, let me adapt. Some like so for some people size matters. For others, size doesn't, so long as you can, make use of it. But people find it very difficult. Let me not say, not everyone, but it's a valid concern. Yeah. So how do you think, you can approach this worry and tell your partner and say, Bobo, I'm not getting there?
You know what I would say? I'd say, for me, I'd say, okay, start by telling your partner everything you like about them. You know I love you. You know that I'm not ready to leave you. I love being with you, everything. But to make our relationship stronger, there's certain things I would need us to work on. Do you understand? And I'm willing to...
And this ninja is probably like, okay, babe, let's talk about those things you want to talk about. And then she starts to talk about sex, and we're like, is that what your mates are thinking? To put like jam boy, we're just like, is that what... She will not read off in Ronusha. Let's see where she's going.
Also, learn certain things that you also need me to work on for the betterment of our relationship. But you see, this our sex, I'm gonna need...
She added that, let me to learn something, because she's trying to justify lack of game. It's not going to work. Let me see, hold on. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Emotions, no be your mates. What's going on, gracious greatness? Yeah. It's not gonna work. Let's continue.
Need you to start sitting on my face. That's it. But you see, this our sex, I'm gonna need you to start sitting on my face. That's it. There's no better way to say it.
You do this.
The other material is like, just like that.
The whole introduction.
Yeah, just let your partner know that you see I love you and everything, and then you end it with, but I need this thing for us to, have a better quality of relationship. And I mean, I understand that it's not something.
And that the other chick earlier, she had a good point. The other lady, Azine, right? She had a good point, right? This is why some men feel like, well, once you open this kind of worms, you might never be able to cover it back. If this is what makes you like, this is an indirect type of threat, ultimatum. Well, this is what we need to make it work. And she's specific. I know she probably doesn't mean as specific, but that's given. The way she's quite specific about that. Let's continue.
They're going to start automatically tomorrow, but let's start practicing. You're not going to get it right tomorrow, but let's just start doing it small. At the end of the day, it's just the both of us that are here. There's nobody watching us, so why are we embarrassed to do this thing? So you just have the conversation in the nicest way possible. And yeah.
The guy will be like, please go and turn off the light right now. I don't want to see anything. I want to do it, but I don't turn off the light right now. Okay, I'll do the way our parents did it, and that's it. No more sex talk here. Okay, is that all you think about?
I think that if you talk, you will die. If you don't talk, you will still die. So why not just talk?
Exactly.
And be sexually satisfied.
I appreciate people who ask for feedback after the exercise. Like,
okay,
was
feedback.
It good? Did you enjoy it? Like you said, it's just two of us in the room.
Exactly.
So nobody, outsiders don't know how embarrassed you are. I cook. When I send food to my customers, I will write them and say, how was the food? The ones that I can write to. So I appreciate people that ask for feedback, review. Say, oh, okay, it was 70, but we can do 80. So what was the place that would have touched you, that would have taken you to 80? Then I'll tell you. That's the process of communication. Whether you like...
All right. Let's keep going. She made a good point still, but the person that made the best point so far is the person that brought in the emotional aspect of this conversation, right? It's not as simple as they're painting it to be. That's why a lot of people are struggling. and we need to come up with better strategies that involves the other person's emotions, right? If not all of this stuff doesn't work. They work on paper, like they look good on paper. That's about it. Okay. Where are we going, madam? Lady on the panel, you want somebody to start sitting on face, okay? What of if I am obete and you don't get any feeling in your face again? Can you imagine? But she probably won't be with you if you don't have enough stamina. She already said a lot that she probably won't be with you if you don't have enough stamina to even be able to sit on her face, But let's play this one.
That, like, you guys are feeling the connection. Sometimes it just goes by.
I don't agree.
You start.
Let's see what she's not agreeing to.
It's about how you feel about that person. But
Wait.
It's not only about the sex. Sometimes feelings are involved.
She said it's not just about the sex. Sometimes feelings are involved. I disagree. Actually, I agree with that, but let me add context to it. It is all the time that feelings are involved, not sometimes. It is all the time that feelings are involved, including the people that are using money to pay for Olosho and Kwekus. Okay? Including them as well. Feelings are always involved. So if feelings are involved, then it's time that we come up with better strategies. All right? To have quote unquote communication when we're dealing with this type of topic with your partner. Okay? Let's continue here.
It's about how you feel about that person. You won't have to teach them a particular thing. It will just happen because when you're feeling,
you won't. There's so much more won't have to be said. They just happen. The Indomie generation does not like this because they are controlling. They need to control everything with words. So much more about what you enjoy and what you don't enjoy are going to be non-verbal in nature. And the more you're not okay with that, the more discombobulated these interactions are going to be. It's just going to get worse. That's just the bottom line. Okay? So what do we do there? Pay attention to feelings. That's really majority of it right there. Everything is driven by the feelings. Very, very important. Let me see here. Yep, just want to make sure that we're still safe. Let's continue.
feelings are that, like, you guys are feeling the connection.
Do you notice that DOYIN BBN is already shaking her face? No. Right? This is men's fault. Men, you want women who are logical, Abi, that no feelings, right? No feeling. Don't tell me I feel like. It shouldn't be about feelings. Just duty, responsibility, right? Yeah, this is your fault. Because you've been teaching people to disengage from their feeling and face logic. We have one example here right now. They can do a lot of talking, but when it comes to action, it's like, Let's continue.
Sometimes it just goes by. You start a new. You can just be like, babe, let's start this. Let's go to a new location.
She's busy saying I don't agree already. She can't even listen all the way through what this young lady is saying. She's already saying I don't agree, right? So that one's thought is already getting discombobulated. See, this one, you can even say just that one's trying to forcefully give example. No, it's actually very simple. A lot of things don't need to be said. If you are feeling each other, if that thing they there, that thing, she says sexual compatibility. What about attraction? If the attraction is there, that same thing that we don't ever want to talk about because we feel like we're not in control of it. Attraction, right? The outcome of effective seduction, right? If that attraction they there, you don't need to say much. Okay? You should be talking dirty, not exactly what needs to happen. You should be doing what you want to do, not saying what I'm about to do. Right? But even in this moment, I disagree. Disagreeable people, being disagreeable is also a very anti-seductive thing too. And you can see already that, what's her name? What's the name of this young lady on the screen? I forgot her name. She has a Yoruba name, I forget. But this young lady on the screen right now, she's like, she completely lost her train of thought right now because somebody's already saying I disagree, because they're obsessed with being right about the logics of sex. It's not realistic.
Start this new style. You don't have to even teach them sometimes.
No, I don't agree.
Because if the feelings are not strong, you won't be thinking about trying new things with your partner.
But it's not about feelings though, because
Feelings
sex
help,
is
though.
not one size fits all. Like,
here we go. I'm triggered. Out. It's not one size fits all. Right? Of course, that's so obvious. She's going to literally give you the one size she thinks fits all. She's about to suggest and prescribe the one size that she thinks fits all right now, but she's in the same breath telling you that it's not one size fits all. And she's disagreeing like it's, well, why do you disagree with people? If it's not one size fits all, there's no need to disagree. Maybe they're speaking from a different context, right? Did you take the time to even hear where they're coming from? She said feelings. Literally, sex, feelings, they go together. Even when people pay, go and ask. Even the Oloshos have story to tell about men that fell in love with them after paying. Feelings are always involved. Feelings are always involved. What do you mean it's not about feelings? No one size fits all. Let's keep going.
there are different things that, you know, entice different people. There's no one way to please everybody. So you have to teach your partner. Like, see, your partner might be very good with one particular thing for you, and then they date someone else, and that thing doesn't work for that person. No matter how much you love that person, you have to communicate what works for you and what.
I'm triggered. She used the word communicate wrongfully. Yeah.
Tickles your fancy. There are people that will not come from head. There are people that need you to eat their ass for them to come. There are people that need you to write.
Nedu's like, wait, what? Nedu's confused right now. Look at how he's folding his hands right now. It's like, what? He's like, wait, let me rewind that.
Will not come from head. There are people that need you to eat their ass for them to come. There are people that need you to.
I'm done. I'm done. All right, so there's just a lot of people. Just pay attention. It's just a lot of talk. Okay, this girl probably all she can do is probably kiss people on screen and stuff. When it comes to actual relationship, it's probably or she will run herself to crash and burn too quick. Let me see here. Let's continue. Let's see.
Write their face for them to come. So it works for you and what tickles your fancy. There are people that will not come from head. There are people that need you to eat their ass for them to come. There are people that need you to write their face for them to come. So it is just, you have to teach.
Sometimes when you are really into this stuff, I don't know, maybe some people, they have sex with people that they don't have feelings for. For me, I can't do that. I will make sure that I have feelings for you before anything can happen between us. It just happens. Like, you don't have to talk too much.
You don't have to do so much talking. She's right.
But are you saying that you cannot? Are you saying you cannot have bad sex with someone you have feelings for?
No,
is that what you're saying?
You can. Of course.
But if you have bad sex with someone you had feelings for, like it didn't hit the way it normally hits, it won't be a big deal, right? That's the whole point here. It's not that deep. Like, we're gonna be here again. We're gonna do it again. Like, I didn't even know, like, I'm good. Because it's feelings, yes. Including when you identify that, okay, this was a good one. That's all feelings. Like, you felt like it was a good. It's not how much physical activities that went into the activity that makes it good. That's mostly feelings. So the statement she just asked is an oxymoron.
Much, they can just flip you over now and start eating your ass. Like, you can't tell.
Yeah, but are you saying that you cannot? Okay, are you saying you cannot have bad sex with someone you have feelings for?
No,
is that what you're saying?
Of course you can. But
so does that mean
feelings makes whatever it is that you?
She's saying it's not relevant.
Feel that you find hard to tell your partner. It makes it easier.
As far as
the feelings, the connection
to communicate.
Okay, to communicate.
Yeah. Hold on, Sarah, you said something, but I want to throw back this.
All right. So when you discount feelings, it all get messy. It just gets messy. Feelings are literally what it's about. Let's see here. All right, let's share this. Let's move on.
I promise you, everything that you've mentioned can be faked very easily.
Well,
Very, very.
Very, very. Even the squirting, I promise you, there are people that just force themselves to pee. They will pee on that bed, I promise you, and you would feel like a man and
You're
say, "Oh, I made her squirt." Baby boy, no, you didn't. She just peed.
This is just too much book reading. That's what I'm hearing. There's too much theoretical stuff being said by this young lady, especially. Let me just pee. What? All right, let's continue. It comes down to the people again. I'm trying to desensitize a lot of people from just too much theoretical stuff. Just like the experience, like you need to engage the experience, like you need to be able to describe the experience you're looking for in words without using so much terminologies or common or biological stuff or physical psychological stuff. You're going to hear more of it in a second, so you might not know what I'm talking about yet, right? But is it possible that somebody they can't wait, they're faking it and they want to pee on the bed? Yes, it's possible but that's very, very weird. Okay, and if you go to that extent just to fake and lie to me, you're just on your own. That's called or you at that point in time. Because let me tell you something, a girl has to be comfortable to a certain extent to be peeing randomly in the bed just to fake too, right? They have to be kind of comfortable. If you're that comfortable, there's a good chance that you also got a good time, right? Is it possible that it's just that bad? This person is so narcissistic, you have to just lie to them and fake it to them so they can leave you alone. Why are we talking about that? Yes, you're right. It exists. A lot of women fake it, but why? So that, hey, just because you see somebody with water coming down from down there doesn't mean that you satisfy them. Why do you need to tell that to anybody? Clearly they have a person who is very comfortable around them to even be that nasty inside of a bed. It's just talking too much. That's what it's coming down to. Let's continue.
Because she wanted you to be overdone with that thing. She was tired. You can be having sex with somebody and be thinking about what you're going to have for dinner. And you're just like, you know what? Let me just pee on this bed and let him just leave me alone.
Then as a matter of fact,
happens.
squirting is not even orgasm.
We know.
That's the truth. Squirting comes from the urethra.
Thank you.
That squirting is not your orgasm, it's mine. This is the part you are missing. You are focused on the wrong things altogether, right? It's about the experience. Okay, whatever, either you are faking it or that. Listen, I'm all with making sure that your partner is all good, right? In fact, that's my favorite mindset when it comes to this. Make sure you give people what they want, you get what you want, right? But if it's this bad, you might just be in Oyo for a long time, right? Okay, squirting, it's not orgasm. It's not a, who cares? Who cares? Right? Most women, as we know today, will never experience what that looks like, and they will never experience orgasm too. We should be talking about that. We should be talking about how to actually get people to a place where they have a good experience and orgasm. To me, the conversations start to come off like it's just who's going to be more right, but I guess that's the nature of podcasts. Let's keep going.
It is just less concentrated urine.
Thank you. So most times we have even held back the squirting.
It's less concentrated urine. She couldn't wait to tell us that. We could have read that on Google too.
Because we don't want to mess up the place. It's just like holding urine. Yeah, sometimes people have sex and they're like, I want to pee. And the other partner, because he's a nonsense person, they'll say, pee, you can't pee. Do you get?
Because he's having an experience. That's the point.
So it's not it all. So let a woman not come and squirt and you say, she has come.
And
it's
different
different.
people, they have different fetish that gets them there. Some people now, it can be, maybe they will come
Why
and
am I
smell your
forgetting her
armpits. They will come.
Anyway, they're saying a lot of stuff. Let's keep going.
Not just going to tell you the next thing she wants. She wants you to smell her armpit. She wants you to lick her armpit. That's what she wants. So is it that you say, I can't do it? Or, babe, okay, let's find a sex toy that can do this for you or something. Don't say, smell your armpit. Because next time, she's not just going to tell you the next thing she wants.
But are there certain, sexual expectations that are unrealistic?
Listen, smell armpit, that's not a big deal. Okay, you're probably clean. For me to mess with anybody, they're clean. Okay, personally, because I get disgusted very easily. They have to be clean. Okay, if I smell anything funny, it's over for me personally. And yes, in my heydays, I had those experiences, and I literally stopped. And it's happened to me, like I just stopped completely. But the smelling armpit is that like social intelligence now? Okay, at least where we are in 2023, not 2075, 2023, right? Are there some things that's just extreme, like in all of these conversations? That's what husband material is about to ask right now. Let's see what they say.
She wants.
But are there certain, sexual expectations that are unrealistic?
No, I don't think there's anything that is unrealistic.
Including smelling somebody's armpit.
It is not unrealistic.
Is it normal to smell armpit and then hit?
Wait, how do you say it is not unrealistic and say to each his own in the same breath? Is this not confusion? To each his own. Right, okay, to each his own. Okay, good. It's a little different, right? Everyone has different things, but just because there's one person among 8 billion people who would like to do something weird does not make that realistic. It makes it still unrealistic, because the typical person is like, you. That's right. No, I'm not talking about armpit. Armpit is actually not a big deal for me. Okay, I'm smelling everywhere. I'm exploring everything personally. Okay, but some people is like, no, that's weird, right? I think most Nigerian guys are probably, because of what I'm hearing in the conversations, like I said yesterday, 50-50. A lot of people are still disgusted by a lot of activities that, they might, yes, they're hypocrites. They might watch on TV. Okay, it is what it is, right? But again, we're moving in the direction here. People are becoming more open-minded to doing whatever, right? But to not admit that some things are unrealistic tells me that you're just trying to make a point at this point.
Orgasm.
Some men do that. Some men. Different stories of like some men will be like, oh, they want a lady that's not changed their underwear for like 5 days. Ew. So that
there are people that want to be tied and walked around like a dog. Do you know? Yes, I promise you, there are people that want to be put on a leash and walked around like a dog. That's what does it for them. Right? And there's role play. There are people that want you to treat them like the prostitutes. There are people that different things. There are people that there are people that like asphyxiation.
Yes.
You know that people that want you.
Oh God, you don't know how to pronounce the word. You read that before you came here today because you knew what the topic was. Another evidence. You go shalaye tired. Hey. You go shalaye tired. Let's see here. Let me see. Let's go on to the next one here. I'm just gonna move a little faster now. Here we go.
It's like they want to dive in and find into that wilderness.
It's weird, yeah.
That's shocking. There are some people that don't want you to even shape. Have you not heard of that one? There are people that want like a bush, like thick forest. Like they want to dive in and find into that wilderness. That's what does it for them.
No, you see clean the bush. This one is 1 week. You will not even come that place.
Well, maybe they're turned on by that smell. Maybe they are. Yes.
With the people that don't shave, would they still want head to be given to them?
100%, yes. And then you use a toothpick after and take out the hair.
You have baby. When you go that way with your baby not stain. It's the same thing. It's hair everywhere.
You've been talking about sitting on your face. You look like you like people sitting on your
face.
Thank
you. She said that a few times. What is this obsession with sitting on your face? This girl just watched too much porn. Nothing else. She watched too much porn. Okay, that's all it is. Most people, listen. Most people, yeah, they won't even have time to worry about this kind of stuff. But that doesn't mean we can't talk about it. We can talk about it. We can also have, hotel vacation type of experience. We can talk about that as well, right? But I'm just hearing a lot of extremes. People like to be put on a leash like a dog, like all this kind of stuff. Like, no, those things are not normal, at least not yet. Maybe in 2050. Okay, most human beings just want to get a little simple orgasm. That's what most people are looking for. And if we haven't figured that out, it's pointless to be talking about these things at this level, right? But Ben, how you doing? Good evening, everyone. Hello, Esther. Good to see you. Most people just looking for simple orgasms. Most women are just looking for a simple orgasm. Right? That's all they're looking for. And you're talking about people want people to retain their pata for 5 days because that's their fetish. What? Yeah, it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic. Let's continue.
When you go that side with your baby not staying. It's the same thing. It's hair everywhere.
You've been talking about sitting on your face. You look like you like people sitting on your face.
No,
And
not
you
to
like
sit on my
sitting
face, but I will
people's
sit
face.
on my partner's face.
You like? Have you been doing that?
I mean, that's personal information.
It's too late. You already been telling us.
What of people that sell pants?
That sell pants. Or to people that like to sniff underwear. Yeah.
You.
I mean, that's what works for them. The people that, I think the people with the problem are people that want to sniff.
No, that's disgusting. It's okay to say that that's disgusting. That's not what works for them. They are disgusting. Yes, they are disgusting people. It's okay to just say that. Right? When you say that's not what works for them, you're literally trying to normalize bullshit. Again, you fly too much off the handle, you might not be able to come back. Elasticity can get slack and never be able to come back. And when we're talking about these things, a lot of people will get lost in this kind of world and they lose their sense of purpose. Right? Let's continue.
Buy the pants. Because I mean,
Oh, it's a
everybody
big
gets
business.
customer. There are people that are
Very
buying
big
it.
business on Twitter.
It is. There are people that they want you to send them a picture of your feet. Your feet, like that's what does it for them. Like the people like that.
Yeah. So that is a sexual expectations. You not get one when they unrealistic.
See, he came back to it. He knew the question he asked. Right? As a couple, as a normal person, the normal people that will watch these shows, these are unrealistic. And the person who may be having such fetish need to understand that they are not the normal. So that they don't walk around trying to shame their partner. They need to learn how seduction works. It's about the experience. It's not about any of this extra, lasered in, exact sit my face. Like, it's not about that. You do what you want to do. But a lot of these things, the details, the level of the details that we're talking about, we're just basically creating more unrealistic expectations. That's all it's coming down to. That's all it's coming down to.
Or we all agree that some people would have. Okay, wait. Are there certain expectations that if we hear, we can say, no, this one is too much.
It's extra.
No, that's a fetish.
That's some people's fetish. They want it to be rubbed all over their body. They want it.
She's undefeated. You see her face? She's undefeated. As soon as they said shit, she couldn't wait to. Yeah, that's some people too. And then when you ask her, do you like it? She's like, well, that's kind of personal. What? Oh, Tobe, that was the question that they were asking you. Is that unrealistic? Is that unrealistic for an average person to be asking a person to do? It's not unrealistic to ask for orgasm. It's not. But to ask somebody to rub feces all over their body because they're trying to have an experience, you're weirdo.
Yeah, there are people that want to be fisted. Have you heard of that before?
Yeah.
They want you to put a whole fist in their vagina. That's what they want.
Oh, she just couldn't wait to tell us.
So at the end of the day, speak to your partner, find out what your partner wants. If it's something you cannot do, tell your partner, let them go find somebody that is willing to experiment
And the
with
people
them.
that you piss on them.
What?
So at the end of the day, speak to your partner, find out what your partner wants. If it's something you cannot do, tell your partner, let them go find somebody that is willing to
And
experiment
the
with
people
them.
that you piss on them.
Golden showers.
She couldn't wait to tell you what the terminology is. Golden shower, right? She just couldn't wait. Again, everything she's saying, theory. In real life, it's not applicable to most people. Okay, it's not applicable to most people. And I wanted to add that to. I wanted to add it to this conversation because listen, there's more and more people talking like this on podcast, the most popular podcast out there, and we need to push back a little bit.
It has a name.
It has a name.
But wait, let's. I understand that to get there, you will do certain things, but sometimes, okay, so do you think that you might be having a conversation with somebody and somebody says, I mean, you like your partner, you want to satisfy them sexually. It's a thing of pride to know that, okay, you are compatible with this person, that you have something special with, and, you know, you give the person that satisfaction. But sometimes, do you go back and say,
this thing,
you get the way when you take them.
No, I mean, there's some things you hear that you be like, hell no, I'm not doing this. Or you be like, why is this? But I don't think you should express that disgust to your partner. You can think it in your head. Of course.
No, if you want feces rubbed all over your body, I will be disgusted. You're disgusting. Okay? And I will admit that, okay, maybe I'm not yet in 2050. It's still 2023. All right? But we're not going to make a face and frown face up like, oh, you're just backwards. No, you're a liar. Most people don't worry about this. Okay? Most people don't even watch that type of porn. You can go look at the statistics. There's specific type of porn that most people watch. They're just trying to knock a quick one off and keep it moving because they have a job, they have real life, they have a life. Right?
Have you had anyone tell you something and it's too disgusting to you?
Yes, but because I'm very expressive, I told him straight, no, that's not happening. No, I'm not going to share here. I'm not going to share here, but like, I mean, I said it straight, no, I'm not going to do this. But I did not think this is unrealistic or this is not possible. I just thought this would not work for me. So at the end of the day, it's a...
Oh, God. Let me just go to the next one. All right. The point I'm making here, shout out to DOYIN, but she's not an experienced person, okay? If she's experienced with anything, that experience is not anything to be proud of or anything to write home about, and she should not be teaching anybody. Even sex parts, they have a way that they balance this conversation, and they are usually more aware of the of what a typical person just needs, which is just usually orgasm, which is why I don't have any problem with people employing sex toys, as long as they're on the same page, as long as they both agree to it. But the idea that everybody is just like all this extreme, just let people be. No, we're not going to let people be. We're going to continue to have some kind of line around it so that people don't go crazy. Because the more you push, the more you push the envelope, it continues to expand, right? And they're destructive. A whole generation can be destroyed just because we push the wrong envelope to the wrong angle. Let's see here. It's one.
One thing for guys.
I know of three.
Speaking about that one thing for guys, do you know that like their G spot is in their anus?
I
heard that.
Testosterone.
Please, the guys are here. Let us speak for themselves.
Yeah, like
seniors.
Guys should be ready to explore.
Okay, let
their girl vibrate.
A typical man, including me, we don't want to explore. We don't care. It's just a name. We know the G spot is in the booty hole of a man. We don't want to explore. What is this active encouraging people to explore everything there is to explore, right? What happened to mystery, right? The mystery of it. Like, leave some things on, like, it's not everything. Like we're saying from the beginning, it's not everything that has to be spelled out in words. You're missing out on the experience by thinking everything has to be said in words. Literally. But may God protect my gender from these sex maniacs. Oh God. Now you're speaking my language, bro. We have to push back on some of this madness. We need balance, no need. Balance, no need. Right? We just need some balance in this conversation. Let's solve one problem before we move on to another. Okay? Let's solve one problem before we move on to another. Right? The problem that most women have is having some orgasms. There are men knowing how to pleasure them. There are men knowing how to make them feel safe enough to express that, hey, I like it this way, I like it this way, I like it this way. Not I like feces all over my body. Not I like to have a leash. Like a person asking that a leash should be put on their neck like a dog and walked around the house. That person's problem is not they've been having orgasms for so long, they're numb. They're crazy. They're not your normal person. That's what makes it unrealistic. That's what he was trying to say when he said unrealistic. It's not the normal. You know? Oh, Lord. You will look at the person with disgust and will never speak to them again. Like, let's solve one problem before we move on to the next. Once everybody's tired of regular orgasms, and then we can talk about craziness if it's needed at all. I doubt it. I doubt if you ever be needed.
Prince diarrhea.
I don't hear that. I don't hear that thing.
No, I've heard that before.
I don't hear that thing too. But I think that many people, for many men, it might appear like being too vulnerable to the point where you can't look say so now here now the pot of gold. So they would rather not want to even think about it
and the
or go there.
The thing not there outside, the day inside.
Yeah,
inside.
By the testosterone.
So imagine a manly man, somebody nana be banana.
Okay, then let your girl use sex toy on you.
Are you mad? So that's her name.
But is it a bad
So what's
thing?
now the difference between you and
You do it with your girl.
Because you're doing it with your girl, you're not doing it with a boy.
Yeah.
You're doing it with your
Stop
girl.
it.
So,
But again,
Stop it.
because you're doing it with your girl, you're not doing it with a boy.
Yeah.
You're doing it with your girl. So
If you let me ask like this, ladies, either in the comments later on or in the chat, you can tell me how you feel about this. A man comes to you, and because he talks too much like DOYIN and BBN, DOYIN BBN, right? He's like, oh yeah, I did this, I did that. He had a girl put a dildo in it because he wanted to explore his G-spot. Are you comfortable with that? Are you like, oh yeah, you were just exploring, you did it with a girl? Will you wait to ask? You did it with a girl, right? Right? Will you be waiting for that before you confirm, like, yes, thank God you did it with a girl and not with a boy? So because you did it with a girl, that makes you exactly what... Is that what you're waiting for? I mean, you don't even wait for any further words from him. You're just like... right? What? TMI. Right? TMI. I'm asking. You tell me what you think. Would you be like, oh, I don't judge. You were just exploring your sexuality, so you did what you had to do, it's good. I like a sexually open person, and that's what I don't like about Nigerians. Oh, you're so Americanized, so you get to explore everything. Is that how you feel about that? You're right.
But again, what if we're not available? They are thinking we should not sound them gay.
no.
Exactly. He starts exploring it by himself when you're not available. The truth is coming out
The
small.
boy.
Yeah.
You're doing it with your girl. So
But again, what if we're not available? They are thinking we should not sound them gay.
no, they will not. I don't think they will
That's
turn gay.
offensive, by the
No.
way. So, yeah.
I think people just need to come to terms with the fact that sex is a nasty process. It's supposed to be nasty. The nastier, the better. Stop making it feel like it's a bad thing or
It's also supposed to be, I agree with that, but it's also supposed to be a mysterious thing. It's also supposed to be something that carries a certain level of sanctity, right? You do in the sanctity of your own home, your privacy, right? And that's what even makes it more sweeter, right? That you could do anything with this person legally, right? And there are things you wouldn't want to spell out in real life, right? And there's a space for watching porn, right? There's that space, right? But even that you do it in it's a mysterious thing. Like, that's what makes it sweet, right? That's why I think people that talk so much about it, unless you're like a professional sex part and you're helping people, right, within a controlled environment, people that feel that they know everything, it's just noise. Ariwo on the music. Ariwo, I promise you. Ariwo on the music. Let me see here. I think I have. Let's see. Did we cover this yet? Okay, let's cover this one. There you go. Now, before I cover that, let me come to the chat. Defiling men is now to be explored. Oh yeah, continue. Yeah. Now let me see. You're trying to turn your dude out. I've been out waiting. I mean, that's one of the things they've been accusing Jada of. A lot of people have been speculating that Jada has been pegging Will Smith. The same people that say that, they will be talking out of their ass at the same time. I'm all for people being satisfied and achieving an orgasm, but don't enter into the realm of BDSM, pansexual, and any other extreme like that. Explore. Like, can we just like all I'm asking, like, you do whatever you want, but this idea that, oh, say you talk about sex, no, learn how to talk to your teenagers about sex first. Learn how to have a conversation about your sexual desire in a seductive way that you get what you want and the other person get what they want first. Learn how to have some orgasms first, right? Before we start to talk about feces on people's body, right? BDSM. A lot of people know BDSM are the terminologies more than they know how to satisfy a partner. That's what we have going on, right? And the solution is not given. The solution is like, oh, let's just go down the rabbit hole of all the different terminologies and the different moves that professionals make. Those are professionals. They're not your mate. You have a whole life outside of sex. Let me see here. No, I disagree. I think more people are having more conversation than they are actually solving any problem. Okay, why? It's not the conversation's fault. It's because they don't know how to communicate. That's why. Okay, it's because they don't know how to communicate. That's why. Precisely. It's not the fault of the conversation. Okay, conversations are cool. It's because people are misusing conversations. They're using it wrongly, right? So now, in terms of what she's saying, it's cap, okay? It's cap. If somebody smell one time, it's a little funky, it's funky down there, and you're trying to go down on them, it's awkward for most human beings to say, you know,
stop the cap.
Yeah. Right, it's awkward, right? Now, should you still find a way to say yes? You should, but you need to be aware first of all of the nature of human beings. When you rub people's ego off, you can mess everything up. If you're completely going to be dismissive of that, you're probably going to be dismissive of other important things, and it's not going to work. That's just not realistic. Okay, so it's cap. It's cap. And not to talk of, the smell can turn you off. Like, literally, there's attraction involved in this. Especially if it's a consistent situation. Imagine you will need someone to help you. Oftentimes, you need someone to help you and say, oh, but why don't you have the conversation with them? And you will need some courage to get through that conversation. Right? Like, babe, you know what? I'd rather we shower before because I like it to smell fresh. That simple thing I just said is one of the most difficult things for human beings to do. Why? Because they're already turned off. They're turned off. They don't want to, like, and life is happening. See, finish, don't enter. So many things is happening at the same time. In real life, this is the reality. On paper, yeah, babe, I'm just going to tell you. Because I'm assertive. I just going to tell you. You're right. You get turned off. And you don't say anything about it. You push it right under the rug. And there's resentment, and then people start accusing you of weaponizing sex. That's literally what happens over time. That's literally what happens. Right? So it's cap. But I don't think she has any experience. So, you know, of course, if somebody comes to our house and the person is already, you know, like all over the place, they're smelling good. They smell like a big boy, multi-billion-dollar banana island type of deal. Of course, she's going down and doing what she has to do. And this is not really a real life issue for her. So it's easy for her to run her mouth. It takes courage. Cuckoo experiment by inserting peppery kuli sticks in. Jesus Christ. What is going on? Gracious greatness. Oh my God.
talk about these things with your partner. If I try to go down on my man and it stinks, I'll tell him.
Man pregnant.
And I'm not.
No,
Yes! What are you talking about?
Boss smell. Steamy balls.
That repeats boxers.
Yeah, you just all these things can be solved by having a conversation. Just tell your partner, you know what, babe, I think there's something off. Maybe you need to take a shower. Okay, let's go take a shower. Or, oh, should we see the doctor? You know, you have a conversation. It's not that embarrassing. That's your partner.
Listen.
That's not your pastor in charge.
Seeing the doctor, if we're dating and you came over for a booty call, and I'm not taking you to go see no doctor, auntie, come and be going. Come and be going. All right. And if I don't have enough courage, I'll go and sleep on the couch and watch TV and play games until it's time for you to go. Right? This is how things play out in real life. Okay. But that's me. Why don't you just tell her? Like, no, you're being mean. I just told you I need some courage. Literally, I'm trying to. If it's my wife, it's a situation like then I wouldn't. The skills needed for that kind of conversation. It's not something that people fall out of the skies and just do. And when they do, there's some rude, blunt people that just want to tell it as it is. Their mouth, lethal weapon. They also end up destroying the egos involved. And it's not just that one scenario. It's in other aspects of life. They don't know how to talk. Right? So the sweet spot is somewhere in between where you gain a little courage, you have some patience, you have the conversation, say, babe, or you just flip it and say, hey, everybody's mouth has stunk before. Everybody's body part has stunk one way, body odor here and there. But babe, I want us to. So you don't take, it's not that deep for you because that's the person you married anyway. You go say, let's hit the shower. Let's hit the shower. But that's a function of so many things that you thought about in terms of emotional intelligence, and if you do that long enough, it becomes second nature. It's not really a big deal. Even your partner will already know that you like to shower. In fact, you like to start inside the shower, right? But to make it sound simple, or to completely negate or discount the emotions that plays a part in all of this, it's going to do people a disservice. They're going to have unrealistic expectations. The rude ones will think you should be able to take it when I talk anyhow to you. Okay? So you have to think about the other side and not just your side. You have to think about the other side. Are they okay with the way you like to receive information? Then boom, usually that's not the case. But the simple point is that you have to be aware of that. That it's not as simple as a conversation. For many, many people. Okay? That's why I say when people say women weaponize sex, I'm like, kilo mean. What happened? Are you even sure that your balls doesn't smell? Because if she's a typical woman, she won't tell you your balls smell. She's just turned off. Right? I'm tired. You're tired. Why are you tired? Yeah, I understand today, but every other day you're tired. There are deeper issues. Right? But when you are not self-aware, you have this unrealistic expectation, you pull it out on the other person, they should just be ready for the duty every day. Right? In the same breath, they have to be ready for the duty every day. They don't feel safe to come and tell you they want to explore other things, or they want to explore starting from the shower, or they want to explore going to the basement to start from the basement, or they want to explore hiding in the closet when the babies are asleep, right? They don't feel safe. Right. So these are the realities of what it looks like in a long-term relationship. These are the things that play a part, right? And you're right, it should be just a simple conversation. It just isn't though. It's not.
Church. That's your partner. It's not your father. It's not your mother. It's your partner. So
very true.
Yeah.
So in situations where, for example, one is, I would not say more experienced, because the truth be say waiting this.
Let me see here. Let's go to this next one. Let's share this.
Need to take a shower. Okay, let's go take a shower. Or, oh, should we see the doctor? You have.
All right, we already covered that. Let me see here. So communication is not just talking. I think that's the point we're emphasizing here. Communication is not just about talking. It's about making sure that your message actually passes across and is actually productive. That's what communication is about. And especially when sex is involved, it's even more trickier. It's actually a lot more trickier. So, but if you practice and you learn, you practice, with time it gets easier. Let's see. All right, let's see here. Come on now.
When she says just like that, or she
Don't
says
go faster.
faster, or she said slowly.
All right, we're down to the faster segment. All right, let me see what's in at the talk. What's going on? Ada Cologne from Germany, good to see you. It's not that embarrassing. She's got to be in her 20s, so immature. Yeah, I think she's just young. I absolutely agree. Yeah, I think she's just young. Yeah, and we've all been there. We just think we know until we don't, and we're like, wait, I don't know shit. MOP and my brothers and sisters on here, were you familiar with the fact that vabbing became a trend a few years ago? Everything at balance. So what's vabbing or vibing? Vabbing or vibe? I don't know what vabbing is, so I'm not up to speed with that. Toby and Tribe, how far? I think she has a point, but delivery could be better. Rather than saying sex is supposed to be nasty, she could say adventurous or on. I actually agree that sex is nasty. I just think it's, I think it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be. What's the word I used earlier? I there's no sense of like this is supposed to be a there's supposed to be a sense of mystery in talking about sex. That's one of the things that makes it good. There's some level of secrecy. There's a level of and when people are out loud about it, it's just they're putting all that energy in talking more so than actually being able to deliver when it comes down to it. I just doubt it, But again, she gonna learn, right? Like everybody else. I would tell you in a very affectionate way. We cannot come and poof. Yeah, it's delivery. Delivery is definitely always key in all of these conversations. I think conversation is key. I think more key than conversation is social intelligence. Yep. I think that the small girl, they vex me, or if this is how to start, where we go. Yeah, she's probably just going to be extra disappointed when she enters a long-term relationship. That's probably what's going to happen, but hopefully God will save her. Hopefully she has enough grace. But too many people are entering long-term relationships with unrealistic expectations. We've been talking about this. Okay? When it comes to sex, it's no different. Okay? It's no different. The idea is to explore, is to enjoy the journey, right? And a lot of people are just doing more talking than they actually know how to do anything. Let me play this one. I think she's talking about faster.
When she actually says faster, you shouldn't go faster.
Wait.
Just like that. It's organic. But what I'm saying is your partner that you guys can improve. There's room for improvement.
It's not true.
But it only happens
always other ways.
So it only happens when you listen. So when she says
right,
just like that, or she
Don't
says
go faster.
faster, or she said slowly.
When
or
she actually says faster, you shouldn't go faster. You should continue. Yes, if she says faster.
Tell me
why.
Yes. Why? Is it your body?
So
why I'm saying no.
So you spoke about reading. You understand?
Yeah.
When she actually tells you faster, you shouldn't even go faster.
That's not true. You see,
So
that's the
can I
problem.
clear something?
You know what?
That's the problem.
You know what?
You
Okay,
may feel like
what?
you know too much.
Hold on,
You're
no.
not listening to
You know
her.
what?
If she
No.
says faster, she wants it faster.
It's not true.
Husband material.
That time she's even telling you faster. She doesn't even know what she's saying.
Husband material.
She's enjoying it, and she thinks when she says faster. No, that reading. Let me tell you. You know what? You know what?
Let me finish my sentence.
You finish.
Okay.
I will bet my years of experience that yes.
All right, before he continues, what do you guys think about that point? What do you think about the point he's making right now? What did I do to you? I'm an explorer. I'm an explorer. I'm not Dora the Explorer, but I'm an explorer. Explore. Anyway, what do you think about the point that we're just making right now? When she says faster, 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 does that always mean faster? Does that always mean faster? It's a tricky one, but it's not that tricky, okay? But this moment is a testament to everything I've been saying so far, okay? She just said, "Is Miss Yani Ola?" Tell me more. Why do you think it's Miss Yani, right? You know, ideally, listening is key. He said, yes, if you say faster, it means faster to you. And this is what he said. Let me rewind small.
You shouldn't go fast.
So it only happens when you listen. So when she says just
up to this point, I agree. Listening is key. But you know, like everything else, listening to what? Right? Listening to what? Let's continue.
Like that. Or she says
Don't go faster.
Faster. Or she said slowly.
You know when
Or
she actually
says
says faster, you shouldn't go faster. You should continue. Yes, if she says faster.
Tell me.
Why? Yes.
Why?
All right, so the problem with this conversation here is that that's not meant to be said to them, you know. Let me see. What is vabbing? The new social media trend encouraging women to use their bodily fluid as a fragrance. I don't know. That's UK. And now UK people be that too. I see .co.uk. That's UK people. Jesus. Right. This is the part that this is one of the reasons why we're talking too much. Right? We can educate people on sex, but it should be done within controlled environment. Unfortunately, we're not going to stop that because of social media. We're not going to stop what's going on because of social media. We just can't, okay? People have to learn the hard way. They have to come back to the basics eventually. All right? That's just what's going to have to happen. People have to come back to the basics eventually. When she says faster, 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 right? On the surface, it sounds like speed, right? Okay. And I said something earlier. I said, first of all, dirty talking. That's what I encourage, okay? Dirty talking doesn't have to be, dirty is subjective. What I mean is that when you're talking, however way you like to talk, when you're having it good, right? All right, so as you're doing that, right, and that one of it could be just faster, right? So a man who is completely disconnected from what's going on, who is engaged, right, maybe just like, she wants this faster, let me go faster, and then you go too fast, right? Because you're listening to the words coming out of her mouth verbatim, exactly, literally. That is not the same thing as listening. Listening to people is not the same thing as active listening. Listening to understand is different from listening just to hear, right? So, and I think that's what he's trying to say, but it's not meant to be said in this setting right now because clearly they pushed against it. They turned it to, you're not listening to me. Well, not exactly. And he's going to try to break it down. And I think he's still going to do a bad job. Let's see. Chia says, if he's hitting a spot where need more stimulation and him to go faster, it will help him help his own ministry because he will enjoy the woman more as it will yield a better result. Maybe, right? Maybe. But there's something going on usually in this act. There's a rhythm. The rhythm is more important to listen to than to the words. If she says faster, it's possible that she doesn't mean faster. But it takes a special grace of God to understand the nuance of what I am talking about, right? Some people, when you say faster, they will go inside of your membrane, right? And you're probably not going to end up enjoying it, right? But a person who knows how to listen just to beyond that words, but they can listen to the rhythm, meaning you're connected in that way, you guys will probably not have much problem anyway, right? And I think that's what he's trying to say. But again, it's hard to describe that when you're not in the act, right? But it's about being on the same rhythm, right? It's about being on the same rhythm. I think that's what he's trying to say. That it's not every time they say do like this, that you do exactly like that. As a reality of life, that is absolutely correct, right? Now, if you don't listen at all, you just say, no, I'm just going to do what I want. That's the other extreme. And that's what the ladies are interpreting here. Like, oh, so you're just going to go slow because I said faster. Not necessarily. No, not necessarily. You want faster, babe? I got you. You're going to get faster. All right? But not wait. Right? Right? Because again, it's not as simple as 1 oko ati odo ati 1 and 0. It's not. It's about the rhythm. It's about the rhythm and being connected in that way. So there's some nuances to it, and he's trying to explain that. And yeah, because ideally, listen should be the ideal answer. Just listen to what that person says. But if it was that easy, people will be getting it right. People are still struggling, even after the fact. I am talking about the anticipation. You can't take away all the anticipation just because she said faster. No, I'm not supposed to have that conversation with you either, because you might not understand what I'm saying. The anticipation, the building is actually part of the process is actually sweeter than that destination you're trying to get to so fast, right? Now, is it possible I can misfire that you lost it because I interrupted, like she said earlier, I interrupted the rhythm. It was the rhythm that was interrupted. Right? It was the rhythm that was interrupted. So it's tricky. It's not a, like you said, they like to say this in the wrong timing. It's not a one size fits all, right? But when you're connected with a person's body in that way, you're able to read them beyond just the word faster. Faster, if anything, sounds like she's having a good time, whatever is going on in that moment in time. And the worst thing you can do is completely interrupt that pattern because you're trying to increase the speed. It's the pattern that you don't want to interrupt in that moment. It's the rhythm that you don't want to interrupt, not accelerate. Not necessarily about accelerating, right? So it's a little tricky, but I'm going to let him explain. I don't know if you understand his Niger English better. My own English is created in my own head. It's not even Niger or anything, but it's just the way I understand. You know, TSA for me, Sha. That can be true. Being on the same rhythm is everything. That's it. And that doesn't mean you stay in the same speed either. You got to be able to connect with that person and see where it's taking both of you. But the word faster is not necessarily literally. You know, that's what he's trying to say. Yeah. Yep. That's what it is. All right. So let's see here. This is let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna let him explain it. Let's see if it makes sense.
Is it your body?
So, come on, wait.
Why I'm saying no.
Even that is it your body is offensive. Is my body firewood? Am I a firewood?
You spoke about reading. You understand?
There you go.
When she actually tells you faster, you shouldn't even go faster.
That's not true. See, that's the problem.
She can't even wait to hear what he's trying to say.
Something.
You know what?
That's the problem.
You know what?
You like you know too much. You're not listening to her. If she says faster, she wants it faster.
It's not true.
No, there are some men that act like they know too much when it comes to and they're talking too much. This guy is not one of them. He knows what he's trying to say. Right? In fact, it's the flip opposite end of it right now.
Husband material.
That time she's even telling.
Tone is sitting next to husband material. He's hearing something. He said, this guy is about to make sense, but let me see.
You're not listening to her. If she says faster, she wants it faster.
It's not true.
Husband material.
That time she's even telling you faster. She doesn't even know what she's saying.
Husband material.
She's enjoying it, and she thinks when she says faster. No, that reading. Let me tell you. You know what?
Let me finish my sentence.
You finish.
Okay.
I will bet my years of experience I will bet my years of experience that many people, women, will agree with me. I will bet my years of experience that many women, this conversation, when I tell you, when she says faster, and you now begin to do, you don't miss road.
Husband material.
Continue in that.
You don't miss road.
Husband material. Can I say something to you?
It's basically the difference between velocity and acceleration. When you first started your physics class, it was probably a little confusing to you, but they're quite different, and they're two different things entirely, right? And I don't know, I hate to try to bring these things down to exact science, because again, it's in the experience, right, that it comes from. And again, the only reason why I see they're disagreeing is because it's hard to kind of describe what he's trying to say. But he did a good job, actually. He did a good job.
Say faster, and you now begin to do. You don't miss road.
Husband material.
Continue in that particular reading.
Maybe
Husband material. Can I say something?
The faster is like yes. It's the same literally thing when a woman says yes. It's literally the same thing. There are two different words in the dictionary. But that faster, yes, it's the same thing, basically. Something is working, right? The last thing you want to do is go another direction. If you increase your velocity, you're going another direction. That's what it meant by you don't miss road.
Just continue maintain that.
Can I say something to you? I agree with you. I don't agree with you.
Thank you.
I agree with you because when she says faster, and you go faster, it could take her there. It's what she wants, it's what her body will take. But if she says, okay, I'm going to give an example with when she says just like that, and you now decide to go faster, two things might happen. Right there might just be that is the place where she is, and she's enjoying it, she's having a time of her life.
Exactly.
Faster might take her where she has never been before.
Or might take you where you don't want to go at that time. Yes! Chances are.
That means you're being selfish.
No, it's not about being
because
selfish.
You want to stay.
No, they're connected. There's nothing selfish in this act right now. There's absolutely nothing selfish about it. It's just being able to read between the lines. If you know lose stock being single, try verbing. They copied it from COUK now. They copied it from there. Stop the cap. Okay. They copied it from the UK. This is a UK people thing.
So in communication, for the man, he reacts to a considerable degree what comes from the woman. You go shock you say that faster when he tell you. When you don't go faster, now that time you can't finish. You go say, I don't even can't do. I didn't tell you. I tell you, sir, I will
that's
put
what
my.
I'm saying. That's why I'm telling you. Husband material.
I put my experience on the line.
Husband material. That's why I'm telling you. That's why I'm telling you that it works both ways.
Okay.
Right? That time that you don't listen to her and you do faster, it might work, it might not work. But best believe that if it works for her and you are also going to come, it's a win-win situation. In fact, you are coming together.
I love it when we arrive together. That's nice.
Do you get
it? you know that for women, it's like.
Anyway, let's move on to this one here. Okay, Nedu is gonna finally talk. Let's see what he says.
Truth is, sex is an art. You have to, and for the truth is.
All right. So the point he just made, all right, the point he just made that sex is an art is more important than everything we've talked about today. If you notice with the whole faster, yes, faster, or just like that, they were kind of stuck on the semantics of things. The reality is that sex is an art. It's not an exact science. Okay, that's why it takes a lot of practice to get better. That's why sometimes it takes people 5-7 years into a marriage before they find their rhythm. Some people will never find it. It's an art. So that's a good point that he just made right there. But let's see where he's going with this.
Sex is an art. You have to. It's selfish for a man to come before a woman comes. That's what I personally think.
So.
No, that's what I.
See, now they say I don't think so. Is it your body? Is it your man? He said for a man, he's selfish, right? Now, I wouldn't use the word selfish. I think it's more beneficial that he knows how to. It's marathon and stop treating it like a sprint, right? That's more beneficial for a man to treat it like a marathon. Is it because he enjoys it more? If he's just like life, if you have some adequate patience, you enjoy it more, right? And I wouldn't call it it's selfish. So it's lack of skills, lack of game. When men treat sex that way, and they just can't wait to come. And it's basically the person who doesn't know how much is missing out, and he doesn't know any better. Okay. And that's not a past, it's just a reality. If you really want to address it, that's just the reality. Okay, if you want to call them a name, sure, call them selfish.
Or sometimes things happen.
Wap.
Explain.
Tired.
That's why you start seeing the
You go explain tired.
Actually.
Traffic was crazy. All the popular one. You are too.
That's why you start seeing the man tell you. Actually.
Traffic was crazy. All the popular one. You are too sweet.
You could explain fire.
So you explain all that?
No, some people to cover up their embarrassment. Yeah, some people to cover up their embarrassment and make
So you're too sweet.
The truth is,
say, you are too sweet.
But the truth
I could not hold it.
But the truth is, there are some girls that are sweet.
I actually wanted to ask a question, honestly.
Yeah.
Does every vagina feel the same?
No, they're not.
Is it dependent on the tightness, or is it just some people are just,
I think it depends. I think it depends on the girl, on the person. Now, there's how you. And
that one is a jump question, sir.
Your perception of that person. The person can package themselves in a way that you perceive them to be.
That's it. That's a good point. The feeling of it is a function of how you feel about that person. It's not all of it, but it's a function of it, right? So again, that question is coming from a very, very myopic place where they're trying to bring everything down to exact science. You see a lot of men running around the internet talking about a vagina is going to slack off because you've been having so much sex, and they get stuck on that. No, not necessarily. Okay, that's a myopic way of looking at things. Voila for them to never find it. Chai, speed, velocity, acceleration, man of procedure, they bring physics into this thing. Husband material, well done. Listen, I did try, but it was a struggle. But yeah, let's keep going here. Let me share this.
I'm the kind of person that likes you to come 2 or 3 times before I even start the dick.
Oh, everybody came.
But I promise you.
2 or 3 times before I even
Listen.
Personally, for me, I'm the kind of person that likes you to come 2 or 3 times before I even start the dick.
Oh, everybody came.
But I promise you that's unrealistic, because she's not.
No. Understand what
Why is she saying that's unrealistic? I'm confused. Why is she saying unrealistic to that? Oh, she's 26. I just found out she's 26. That's why. But 26? 26 is quite young. It's quite young. All right, but if you're 26, listen to me carefully. Okay, it's absolutely not unrealistic. How? Why? You ask. Good. Because you're enjoying enjoying watching her have a good time. It's a come on its own. Do you understand that? Okay, if you understand how a man's brain works, that I'm giving her this experience and she's having a good time, that is a come for me already. No, I don't have to have. And then it will even make the one that you think is the only come, it will make it even better and bigger. Okay. See, I'll go explain tired.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
Don't get it at this point. I'm just gonna have to move. Let's move forward. It's unrealistic.
I'm saying, understand what I'm saying? It's never happened 2 or 3 times. It's usually once, max 2 times. And the 2 times is for somebody that, there's some people that they can come 7 times in one.
She's gonna say unrealistic.
One round. Nobody can come like that.
No, I'm just saying.
Wait.
Listen, except
she said nobody can come like that. She's 26. Can she at least wait she's still 45 before she has the strong opinions? Like, you have 20 years to discover. Right? Take your time, explore. The fun is in exploring. She said nobody. she doesn't think it's realistic. She held on to it.
But what if he keeps going to the G spot, the G spot, the G spot?
Even if you're using a vibrator, even if you put a vibrator there, you come once. You put the vibrator there again, you're not gonna come again like that fast.
No,
like
you
that.
can't. No.
You can't
Fast.
twice, maybe twice.
Three
you
times.
can 3 times, 4 times. You won't.
You can.
You won't. I don't think that the
Don't-
female body can
don't-
generate it that fast.
don't-
I don't think so.
It's even easier.
Like the man.
After the first come, it's easier for
Really?
you to come faster.
I'm
And
done.
then you come like
Everything-
7 times.
Yeah,
you
that
know?
place is swollen and everything is not.
You're just
extra
gonna
sensitive.
injure.
She has never seen it swollen before. How will she know? Because she's just moving on to next. Once you can sit on her face, she just move on. Wala wala, wala wa. Once you're not going to sit on her face, she's ready to move on.
Wala wala, Nigeria don't report.
But Ben, this is not nice. She got the opinion based on over 100 body counts. Wahala, wala wala wala. Oh my God. I'll just advise Doyin to relax and explore more. You know, explore more with one person that she cares about. Maybe not so many people. Explore more with one person she cares about. She might be able to discover a little bit more about herself and how this works, and discover some better experience when it comes to this thing called sex.
I've done before. The place was swollen.
Yeah.
Yeah,
She's like, no, she's like surprised, like it gets swollen.
Because you know. Continue.
I'm done. Let me see. That was a good lecture. He said, you know why he said continue?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Oh my God, that is fun to watch again. Did she just say nobody can come that multiple times? Madam, come and ask us in our 40s. Like, wait 20, 15, 10 more years. Right? Just 10 more years. You know. Of course, not jumping from body to body either. Right? Hakbakus is not yet seasoned. They play. I know get it too. I almost suppose sleep and hearing this stuff on how person go insert power into socket at this late hour. Make her go cool. Yeah, go and cool down. Grown women actually come easily if the man gets to know her body. Like this is at some point when you discover, it's like clockwork, and it's fun every single time, and it's a different experience. But be relaxed, chill. Don't be in a rush. Okay, don't be in a rush, and stop having so many opinions around something you haven't really experienced for a couple of decades at least. Right? Just relax. Let's see here.
Sex like this are easily discussed. People are free. People don't even know say sex is practically discussed in the Bible. The Bible tells you how to suck breasts.
With Create Studio Pro, you
Oh,
can
Lord.
create amazing.
Is that the Bible teaches you how to suck breast? Oh my God. Let me see if it's over. Okay, there you go.
Solomon in the Bible. The Bible tells you how to suck breasts.
Songs of Solomon.
Yes.
Songs of
It's
Solomon.
there. The Bible tells you how to suck breasts.
But he used plenty code.
But he used codes. He code. Oh, I held her bosom. I removed my tongue. I went around her
I
bosom.
galloped like the gazelle.
You will
Are
see
you
it there.
serious?
It's there in
I'll
the
go back
Bible.
there.
It's
Solomon
there
a
in
bad
the
guy
Bible.
now.
So it's there in the Bible. But you see people pretending to be holier than thou when the truth is you do these things. Just the same way I complained about some fucking dickheads complaining about people's sex tape coming out. And then you're insulting the girl for, her nude leaking or her sex tape leak.
The Bible verses that talks about a breast. Proverbs 5:19. Let her be as the loving hind and pleasant roe. Let her breasts satisfy thee at all times, and be thou ravished always with her love. I think Songs of Solomon has let's see here, the two breasts are like two young roes that are twins, which feed among the. Well, that's not about sex. Let me see here. I know there's some. Let's see. Okay. A lot of places in Song Solomon, but nothing has to do with sexual activities though. Let's see. Yeah, not so much. I think it's just that one place. The way he said that is like, oh yeah, they just. There's some places though, not necessarily about the word breast, but there's some places that actually speak at volume. Are we still on this topic? No, we're about to leave right now. You're late. How far now to how you there? There's a lot to hear. Don't mix them together. There's a lot to hear. This is not to. All right. Let me see. Toby and Trevor. I think it's important to decide if you were just having sex or participating in love making. Some use as exercise while others uses. Oh yeah, we clarified that in the beginning. I said in the very beginning that I'm speaking more to long-term relationships. I did say that, but also a person who is doing it for exercise should not be speaking so authoritative. Should not be saying that's unrealistic authoritatively. They probably should listen a little bit longer, you know. Let's see.
As if you don't fuck.
No, but I don't think they're insulting the act. They are insulting the fact that, if something that's supposed to be private has now come out.
Yes, something that's supposed to be private. Most of these girls that are sex tape, except the ones where they sell their own, most of these girls that are sex tape come out. Not be them. It's usually the fucking idiot guys that bring it out. You get what I'm saying? So, anyway.
Very true.
And sometimes it's not even the guy. Sometimes when you're selling your phone, wipe it. Wipe everything.
It's a guy that will do that. It's not a girl will not sell.
Anyway, let me move on to the next segment here. Let's play this one.
How many places you want? Sex on the beach.
Sex on the beach.
You know where those boys, when they drink sack, they catch you.
Third Milan Bridge. Go and park in the middle of the
You had sex in the car.
But car sex is very uncomfortable though.
It isn't.
It is uncomfortable.
It depends on where you stay.
How is car sex? Is it uncomfortable?
She just said car sex is uncomfortable. She just said car sex is uncomfortable. Or more. I don't know. At this point in time.
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Right.
Let's see if they will explain to her. Let's see.
Something happened.
Obviously, three of them, they've had car sex.
Something happened when I was serving. When I was doing my youth service, that I know that it's the pleasure, it's not the place.
I swear.
It's the pleasure, it's not the place. I couldn't have said that any better. Okay. I couldn't have said that any better.
We were doing, we were passing out of camp. So, no, not even POP, all those games, GT, as in all those ceremonies, all those
send forth,
all those parties that happen at night before you leave the camp. So, the band came to our camp. It was 10 years. So everybody stood up. They were vibing. This couple in front of me.
Not vibing, or vibing.
Where people gather.
Yes, that's what I'm telling you. It's the experience. It's not even the place. I said, oh yeah.
If you have an hour,
don't you be like, it's uncomfortable. It's on the campground. It is uncomfortable. It is a campground. It's uncomfortable. I think sex on an actual bed is actually uncomfortable for some people. You know why it's uncomfortable for them? On the bed, though. On the bed, to succulent bed, that way, you know, and it's uncomfortable for them. What does that tell you? You know, what does that tell you? Yeah, bosom is another word for breast. You're right. I think that's in some versions as well. What does that tell you? It's uncomfortable for some in the bed. It's uncomfortable for some in the car. What is the common denominator in all of that? Right? What is the common denominator?
You get it? If you don't get it, forget about it.
Wow. Yeah. It's the experience. It's not even the place. I said, oh yeah. And She never stood up.
Wow.
Yeah.
What an adventure.
After a while, she stood up and he adjusted and she left.
Wow.
That was why I tapped my friend. I said, something just happened here.
That's wow.
I mean, if it works for the both of them,
So
why
it's not easy. I mean,
Oh no. Next time somebody say if it works for both of them, why not? I'm just gonna look at them funny like, what do you mean? Honestly, I was trying to be nice to doing it today, but it's giving lots of lack of experience here, which is fine. She's 26. That's okay. That's all right. Let's tackle one more and then call it a day. Let's tackle one more.
That thing happens. But another thing I want to ask about ladies: why do you guys, when you want to have sex, you pretend like you don't want to?
No, it's them.
And then the guy has to tell you, "Let me just enter. I will not move."
It's because evidence no day.
I don't
Or
understand.
let me just get it wet.
I don't understand it too. Women do that a lot, and I don't understand.
I don't know why you guys do that.
You know why she doesn't understand?
I think
You know why Doyin doesn't understand? She said women do it a lot. And I don't understand. You know why she doesn't understand? Anybody want to guess?
Because evidence no day.
I don't understand.
Let me just tell you.
Actually, the correct answer is what Ezine just said.
We go explain because no evidence.
That's the correct answer. But you know, Doyin has an answer for us. She's the expert on the panel today, and she has an answer for us. You know, shout out to Doyin. Let's see what she said.
Let me just enter. I will not move.
It's because evidence no day.
I don't
Or
understand.
let me just get it wet.
I don't understand it too. Women do that a lot, and I don't understand.
I don't know why you guys do that.
She said women do that a lot, and I don't understand. You know what? She's trying to say, well, I would never do that. If I want it, I'm just going to get it, right? It's easier said than done. But why is she that? She has that answer. Right, same thing. That's why is that she doesn't understand what I mean to say. Same issue. There's not much there. Okay. There's not much there. I think when she watches this back, she's gonna be like, I need to go and learn.
You know you want to fuck, just fucking say you want to
I think
fuck.
it comes back to the society. We make it seem like sex is, the man should want it. The woman. It's okay if you are the one. Me, I can tell my partner, I'll see, babe, let's do it. I want it now.
I'll pull you up. Let's go.
Well, all women that feel comfortable enough will make a move. Maybe not necessarily earlier on. You know, there are other functions. She's right about the social construct part of it. But over time, if they are comfortable, feel safe enough, they will do that. So the common denominator there is, do they feel safe? Do they feel secure, right? That's really what it comes down to. And it is what it is, okay? If you argue with how things work, you will go, again, that's why I said she's right about the answer she gave, Ezine, right? That's why I said she's right. You go explain.
We go explain because no evidence.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. Too much talking in general is just, it takes away from the experience. Now, and I'm not using that has nothing to do with controlled environment where people are being educated. I think people need to be educated. But I think everybody just giving advice on social media because they read one or two books, we definitely need to continue to slow down on that, All right, let's see here. I think I might have a couple of things that I wanted to share. I think we're done. Let's see. Somebody said Doyin has taken her core fans on a picnic, helped some financially, paid school fees for some kids last week, and now my girl is running the free ads every week for her fans. That's all my stuff. So apparently she was supposed to help with the promotion of this Durex of a condom thing. Somebody said, here what this gender is saying. Like, what does this gender actually want? Doyin is actually overrated. Ouch. I didn't mean it like that. Jesus, let me share this with you. Let's see what she said that this person's comment.
He's getting the rhythm, and I know one thing though. See what a sex toy can do, what a good vibrator can do. I don't know one man that can do that job.
True that.
And that is just facts. You see that rhythm, that consistency that the vibrator has.
We
No
covered
man
that already. So this person said Doyin is actually overrated. I rated her in BBN, but see her real self now. It's BBN. It's okay. It's allowed. Somebody said, can Nigerian parents actually have such conversations with their children? Because she did say, my mom told me what to do when I wasn't enjoying sex. Okay, that's nice. I think it's cool. This is Doyin. Look at Doyin. Doyin can kiss on TV. Alright, I don't know about you. That doesn't look like a person that knows how to kiss to me either. Somebody said, Dear Doyin, mind yourself. Can a sex toy do this? No be you want bite off a person father lips like Dracula so. See how you enjoy those big lips of his with your protruding jawbone. Jesus Christ. If at 30 plus, she's not 30 plus, she's 26, I think. You're advocating for toys, what would he be doing when you're weak and feeble? Yeah, I think she just read too much books. At 60 plus, get a man and thank me later. Easy. It's not that deep. Let me see. I'm trying to see if there's any other comment because she was trending earlier on. Let's see. Okay, a bunch of this are not relevant as usual on Twitter. All right. All right, so she doubled down. I think she maybe she posted it on Instagram. This according to Instablog Nigeria. Men can't compete with. Okay, this is what she posted. God, it's about to be a long ass day because she started trending. In my defense, you cannot compete with a device that was made for a specific purpose.
We go explain because no evidence.
Let's see. It doesn't mean men are useless. I didn't interpret it as men are useless. I interpret it as no experience or low level of experience. Of course, they are not useless. We love and appreciate men over here. We can see that kiss was kind of heavy. It's just the painful truth that a device, you see, truth tellers. It's just the painful truth that a device that was made for a purpose would definitely perform at the highest level possible of the purpose it was created for. See semantics. J Sobai.
We go explain because no evidence.
This is not a dig at men at all. Actual men will not be offended by this. That if they're offended, that's just weird. Intimacy is different from orgasms. Okay, Doyi.
We go explain because no evidence.
She's right though. She's right. But intimacy refers to emotional closeness. Auntie, don't go Google dictionary meanings. Emotional closeness, a connection between individuals, often involving trust and vulnerability. Orgasms, on the other hand, are physical responses typically associated with sexual pleasure. Here's the problem with that semantical nonsense of explanation.
We go explain.
They're not mutually exclusive. Okay, so you understand that scientific statement. They're not mutually exclusive. All right, and for the most part, people kind of like both of them kind of go along each other. All right. In fact, now some people have intimacy, they don't have orgasms. Explain. Is it possible? Yes, but explain. What do you mean exactly? Right? What I'm trying to say is that this is just explanation with no evidence. Okay. The existence or effectiveness of sex toys is not a threat. It's not a threat. I'm like throat. Hola. It's not a threat to the usefulness of men and human beings in general. What? It's not a threat in general. Well, any form of addiction can be a threat. We said that earlier. I don't think it's a big deal by itself, right? Humans and sex toys provide different things. They just do it at different capacities. Okay, so for this general public conversation, the goal is the same thing. The objective is the same destination, right? Hopefully you bring the process along. Understand that you're enjoying and the process is actually the best of the sweetness, right? So she's trying to separate the two because she's trying to explain, and the people that will push too hard against her too, they will be doing the same thing. Like she's not necessarily wrong. Okay, it just it's just fuming no experience. That's all. Okay, she's not necessarily wrong, but it has nothing to do with the reality of how this plays out. In reality, this whole thing is an experience. That's all. Okay. Sex toys provide different things. What is it that Olosho people sell? Experience. They don't sell orgasms. You know why they don't sell orgasms? Because that's not what people enjoy in it. It's the experience. Okay. It's the experience. They just do it at different capacities. Humans are better at providing intimacy. It's not good for you to read too much. It's not good. I'm telling you. After you finish reading, please go and practice. Get out here. Put yourself out here. I keep telling you, okay? If you're inside of a marriage, when I say get out here and put yourself out there, that means actually learn some seductive skills, all right? And bring your husband, your wife along and give them some value. See how they respond to it, right? And be patient with that process, right? That means you shouldn't expect instant results. You should understand it's a process. But the rewards are that great. They're highly rewarding when you can follow all the way through, right? To explain that, I can explain it that way. But for you to get it, right, you need to have had some kind of experience. Maybe your experience is that you're actually failing at this right now, okay? That's why at some point, after I explain small,
you get it? Okay. If you don't get it, forget about it. All right.
Yeah. Humans are better at providing intimacy. Vibrators are better at providing orgasms. That's not true. That is so false. That is so false. And the opposite is not necessarily true either. Okay? Both are important. It just depends on what you're looking to get. Yeah. Nah, don't you be patient with yourself.
Stop the cap.
Just be patient, okay? It's all right. When I was 26, I didn't know shit about sex too, all right? Not the full extent of what is possible. I didn't know either, right? So, and that didn't mean I didn't have sex already. In fact, I got married at 27. So, but I'll tell you, just relax, okay? Enjoy the process. Enjoy the experience. I understand that it's kind of tough out here right now, but don't be afraid to put yourself out here and have some experience, okay? As long as it's within the construct of your value system, right? So be respectful to that as well. But yeah, that was tough. Protruding jawbone, that was evil. Jesus Christ, that was just evil. But let me leave you with this. Shout out to the Honest Bunch. Good conversation to be had. Good conversation. I was able to add some context to it. It's good that we're having this kind of conversations. We need more experienced people, but it's kind of tough because the idea is they do it in the sanctity, in the secrecy of their home, in their own other room sanctuary. That's the whole point, right? The ones that I enjoy, but some people are starting to speak up. As soon as I get a hold of them, I will bring them. I'm going to have some guests in December, so please look out for that, okay? What I'll tell you about this whole thing here is that, first of all, men and sexual devices, they don't have to compete with each other. There are scenarios where they do end up competing with each other. It's not the fault of the sex device. It's not the fault of the device. It's just depending on your understanding, right? If you try to use anything outside of self to solve these complex issues, right, you will always fail. Anything outside of self. So majority, a big chunk of the solution to your issues, especially when they are driven by emotions, has to come from the inside out. Okay? Enhancements, things to help you set the mood, things to help you make the environment a little bit more fun. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as the substance is not coming from the outside. This is true across the board in general. If you're getting your substance from corn, you will struggle. If you're getting it from sex toys, you will struggle. Guess what? If you're getting it from your partner, you will struggle, okay? And it's true across the board, right? This is why the work always go back to work on yourself, educate yourself, okay? So that sounds like conflicting with when I said relax on reading the books. When I say educate yourself, don't forget experience. Okay, experience is still the best teacher at the end of the day. I wish I could give you a shortcut. The shortcut is I speak from my place of experience. I'll tell you that experience is still the best teacher. I will encourage you to have some courage and get out there and have some experience. And when it comes to certain things, talk less. Talk less. Because talking takes a certain amount of energy too. So you don't waste all your energy doing too much talking, and when it comes to performance, but please educate yourself too. One of the best ways to educate yourself, anytime they've said listen, they're right, but more so active listening, right? Listening to the rhythm, listening to in between the lines, not just verbatim, not just dictionary meanings, right? Listen to the experience, right? Stay connected, stay in the present, appreciate the present, So, yeah, that's what I have for you. But then Brother Ben said, I'm not going to leave today. Look at you. Hold on 1 second. Just give me 1 second. Let's see. There you go. There you go. All right. Brother Beno.
Hey, brother. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, bro? Thank you so much for yesterday. I know.
Oh, no.
How you did?
Not good, bros. I did. Sorry, I wanted to join you since, but I was in class. My class just finished right now.
Oh, okay.
I said,
you weren't paying attention in class, are you?
Once I'm in class and the class is over an hour and a half, my interest
you
is
zone out. It's time to read. I feel you.
Yes, so
yeah.
So I just wanted to say one thing about this review. You did a very good job, my brother.
Thank you.
Enjoyed the program. And Sister Natu came late. I believe you said we have two sisters. One is Latu, one is Natu. I think
yes.
I mixed them up.
You mixed them up. Yes, Latu and there's Natu. Yes.
Yeah, because I was wondering. I went to Sister Natu's Instagram page and I saw Natu. I'm like, but the other time on Brola show they say it's Latu now. How come?
To be Natu they come here the most, but Latu stopped by for I think she watches mostly replays. But Natu is the one. Natu is the one that's always here. Who is here right now?
Oh, yeah. I see. Yeah. Well done, my sister Natu and Chiye. Oh man, I don't like for your comment section. She was distracting me with her comment. Anyway, I just wanted to say that we have we have a huge problem in Nigeria with all these half-baked people claiming expert on topics that they actually are not supposed to have any business discussing at all. I don't know this DOYIN. I think I only get to know somebody is called DOYIN as a result of BBN Nigeria.
Now BBN Nigeria, I don't know how to because I don't watch that program.
But after your show yesterday, I went back and watched the Honey Bunch, and I don't even know you were going to do a show on it today.
Right.
And when I listened all through, the first thing that caught my attention was Nedu. The way Nedu was so quiet. I'm like Nedu is looking at this guy like, you this small engine. See what did come out of your mouth?
I know, right?
Oh my God. So, but then with all the things
she kept saying sit on my face. If you can't sit on my face sitting, like what's wrong with this guy? All this face sitting. Have you ever did you just discover sitting on face? What is wrong with this girl?
Bro, you actually nailed it. I think she watched too much porn. That's a problem. She's seen a lot of adult movie and it's messing with her brain. That's my conclusion about all those sit on my face. What the crap is that, you know? And she don't even have the experience, let's be honest. As you saw in my comment, I think bulk of the things she's saying is based on how many men she has probably slept with.
And there is a difference, and that's a good and I think Toby and Tribe made that point earlier. That's a good point to separate, you know.
Yeah, I think she was just coming up from the men she's been with and what she probably read on the internet. And you know, these days, many of these Nigerian relationship expert or expert in whatever, they get most of their information from TikTok.
TikTok advisors.
I actually don't agree with.
Even we self they collect when we say that because that the same platforms we did.
Yes,
but we have to be here now, But yeah, it's TikTok advisors, so that's where they're getting a lot of the advice. It's either that they do read books too, a lot of those things, but books that you don't practice, right?
Yeah,
you won't know the real deal.
I just disagree with. She has a point, not that she doesn't have, but I think she was kind of generalizing a lot regarding some of her opinions. And this thing we're talking about now when it comes to intimacy, in my own old school mentality, I think it's more about knowing your partner, and how to get your partner there. That's just my thing.
That's it. No, that's true. That's a fact.
My take has always been that, look, when you are with your partner, explore each other. Experiment on multiple occasions, especially we that we are here in abroad, that we work a lot, My thing is, sometimes as men, you work too much, you get home, you are so tired, and that can go on in a stretch of maybe a week, overworking yourself, and madam is there, madam needs you. So sometimes my thing is, figure out to get this woman there as fast as you can.
Especially if you're a man over 40s. Exactly. For most men above 40s, that becomes another conversation that we should have, because women, when they are entering 40s, another level, and men is like the opposite direction, Yeah.
So if you know how to get out there in less than 5 minutes, less than 10 minutes, even sometimes, once you master the trick, in short, if she they disturb you, by the time you get out there multiple times within 30 minutes, now she go say, hey, I'm okay, just go carry your, So I think it's more of a mature topic than the way they were talking,
trivializing it, almost like they were trivializing it, they were watering it down. That's true. That's true.
Yeah, and I don't think they have that maturity. I think, to me, the only person who is actually matured on that panel is husband material. From how he's asking the questions and moderating the whole thing.
Yes, he was definitely trying his best to. He was trying to help her, but the girl no connect.
See, MOP, these young girls of nowadays, they believe that they sabi pass their papa. No matter what you say, they believe they know it all. They will argue, even when you say, "Oh, man, they can miss it. This thing get us a bill." Like it's just like, I don't know if you used to go to Dr. Shola's page. Sometimes when Dr. Shola
once in a while, yes,
when he posts some stuff and you see the kind of comments that this young generation are living out there, you'll be wondering, where are these people getting all this idea from?
From themselves. They are teaching each other from themselves now.
I don't know. Anyway, it's a very good show today, Mr. Ola. You paid me say I did for this class. I couldn't join you from.
I know. No, you appreciate it, bro. You appreciate it.
Hey, brother, they hit this thing. And that's a very good one. And Sister Natu, I'm so sorry for confusing you with Sister Latu, please.
Natu's good. Yeah.
Oh, brother.
But Ben, let's link up. You didn't send me a text. I give you my number, right?
Brother, I didn't get your number that day where you say, okay, maybe you can put it.
Okay, I'm putting it on the screen right now so you can please write it down really quickly and text me so that we can arrange, because I want to have you as a guest in December. So we can arrange that.
Nice,
Yeah, because December we're pre-launching the book. All of December, number one red flag.
Yeah, I actually wanted to get a copy of the book.
Oh, okay. Are you the one calling right now?
Yes.
That's why I'm frozen.
It ends with 9960. It's me.
Yeah. So that's the number right there. So just send a WhatsApp text so I can link you up. Yeah. So definitely we can arrange that. Just like we were saying yesterday, I personally don't have a problem with sex toys. But it just depends on what's the purpose, right? It depends on just like porn, right? It's very dangerous. It becomes dangerous when you start to say, I don't have a problem, because people think straight to addiction, right?
Exactly.
And the truth is that everyone's threshold and what point they get addicted is different from people to people.
Exactly.
The reality is that normal human beings, they watch porn. That's why they are all everywhere. That's the reality, right? Including pastors and them.
Yes, so.
So no matter how much anybody try to come and shame people for it, they are watching. Now the question is it addiction? There are people that will literally call off work because they are busy jerking off, watching porn.
Yeah.
There are people that will not touch their wife because they are numb. They don't need that.
That is the dangerous threshold.
Right? And there's enough of them. And no, we should not encourage people bringing it, all these outer bodies, to try to catch fulfillment. It's not going to work. Fulfillment comes from inside.
Exactly. I agree 100%. So I agree 100%, my brother.
Yeah. But for me, I have a problem when people try to pretend like it's just the devil that's watching porn. That's a lie.
No.
That's a lie.
Almost everybody. Look, bro, you know, when I wanted to like really go deep into my podcasting before I decided that, okay, let me go back to school and then I'll do that later. I was researching so many topics. And this issue of porn is one of the things I researched deeply. And for two reasons. There was a time a guy here in my area in Austin here, he got into problem as a result of porn. And people were kind of like, how come, how this, how that? What happened was that he fell for his sting of, what they call this, is this sting or something, this thing police does that when they want to set trap for you. Yeah, sting operation. He fell for it. So I researched it, and within 1 month, I can't even put a number on the number of porn that I watched. Because I was trying to like, let me understand what exactly and how these people get there. So moving from side to side, checking the terms and conditions, looking at the because in this guy's particular case, he actually fell as a result of all these pop-up adverts that would say, be with a woman in your neighborhood, younger ladies, older, blah, blah, blah. So I was researching all that. And then by the time I was done, it took me about 3 weeks. I'm like, Lord Jesus, I don't see more than waiting my papa no one make I see you.
Yeah. And when it's you can end up in a rabbit hole and never come out of it.
Exactly. Because that was when I really look at it like, oh, now I get it. The people who watch this, like, it's become an habit. They can't, in fact, even when they're at work, they have to do it. So I get it. I see it then, and I'm like, okay, now we can discuss this topic, because I actually wanted to feature the guy on my podcast. Then later I told him that I don't want to do it again, that because we want it to go away. You know how this thing affect our people here. So I said, I don't want to do it. Let's cancel it. But because I was gonna talk to him about it and then have an expert join us, I don't want to look like a novice. So that's why I watched them, and in between that 3 weeks, I learned so much. So if anybody is saying, I don't watch, now lie that they lie.
It's a lie. For the most part, it's a lie. When I was my first encounter with it, I must have been I think I was 10 years old. Yeah, maybe 9-10 years old. And you know, as in Nigeria now, I grew up in Akure. And you know, we had uncles that lived with us. And we had uncles that lived with us. If you remember, in the 90s, in the early 90s, 80s into 90s, there's the VCR, there's the videotape, video cassette recorder, right? And I think at that time we were probably on VCR, maybe 2 years in, maybe less than 2 years in, that my father bought the first one that we had, you know. So even at that thing will break. Even the one that my father bought first was a used one, so it breaks all the time. So I don't know. You know, all those closets that they put in the house that's inside the wall. But they produce that, right? There's on top of it, right?
You are taking me back memory lane, Mr. Ola.
on top of it, right? Now, my uncle played it on the VCR when the parents were not home, right? So you see a bunch of white people doing the do's, and like, like Jesus Christ, you know. And in terms of perky breast, that would be like seeing perky breasts at the age of 9-10. I'm saying like perky breast, white people are like, is that a human being? Because as far as I'm concerned, breast is supposed to kind of like sleep on itself a little bit. In fact, I enjoy it when it's not too perky, right?
Yeah.
I like the ones, you know. That was my first encounter with that, right? And the day on top. So we didn't have access. Now, my same uncles, they also had the magazines under their bed. The magazines under their bed, and they have all these naked people in the magazine. You open it, like, this thing is in this house. You're like, wow. So
Mr. That you are from my generation, this man. All those Mr. Knacks in them.
Yes, them. Exactly. And you see all kind of images and stuff like that. Now, how I know that it wasn't really my thing is because it would take me another series of months before I go. If I open that bed, it's always there. Like we have another one or something, you know. That's my first encounter with such things. But these days, our children have phones.
Yeah.
Right? They're just one website away.
Yes.
From all type of images. It's just a different era entirely.
Yes.
You know? So
and that is where DOYIN is coming from.
That's where DOYIN is coming from. Let's not get it twisted, though. Let's not get it twisted. Don't nobody go and be teaching themselves. Like I've been, you know, I have some sex parts, you know, or whatever, you know, they teach some friends, you know, that teach some of this stuff in a more controlled environment. Sometimes when they go too far, like, relax. Can you talk about the mental aspect of this? Right? The biggest sex organ in our body is our brain.
Yes.
No matter, that's what the Oloshos are selling. They sell the experience. They sell the experience. They'll sell you a big old experience. Yes. Before you know it, you spend all your money. They will tell you come and be going home.
Yes. And they are acting.
And they are acting. And they are professionals. And they are usually sick. They are on drugs. They are on all type of stuff too. So we can't normalize such things like it's normal. People have a life.
No.
Let's talk about how to help women, for the most part, get some orgasms.
Yes, exactly.
Let's teach men how to learn how to explore their woman's body to help them get there so they can have truly good experience every time they do it.
In fact, my team, Mr. Ola, is this as far as these tools are concerned. It's not like it's a bad thing for a woman, matured woman at that matured age who can't really get her desire anymore to say, okay, let me help myself, let my husband help me with it. It's not a bad thing. But my concern is what happened when you no longer derive pleasure even with the tools, because you will definitely get there. It's like Abraham Maslow theory right. of needs. You know, at the initial stage, it's going to be all fun. Just a little touch, you are where you want to be. Then you go further, and then more and more. And then when you get to that crescendo, where you get to that peak, all these two no longer give you what you want.
What will happen at that point is that you will now find pleasure in a simple missionary all over again. That's what will happen.
God bless you.
Right? You because you've again, the idea when it comes to this thing and relationships in general, boredom is a real thing. Like people are just bored. People are looking for excitement. They're looking to explore, right? And we have to be open to that because at some point, if they are still, like I said yesterday, if your spouse is still asking you, that means they want to have the experience with you. That means it's not even about the thing. The thing is just a placeholder in the conversation.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Like sit on my face. Like sit on your face, BT Bawo.
I don't get it.
After you sit on your face a few times, you will, okay, all right, sit on my face. Okay.
I don't get it at all.
So for most normal people, they will appreciate the basics more. because you've allowed them. They will appreciate, they will enjoy it more with you. The basic missionary, they will appreciate it more with you. They're open to it, right? But they will shut down if you're not open-minded in general. Now, when I say open-minded, like husband material was saying, there are extremes. There's some things that as a human being you say no, I don't want to do that. Like she was mentioning rubbing feces on people's body. I was like, why are we talking about that?
Madness.
Why is that? Why is that in this conversation? Rubbing feces on people's body, you know. So it's tricky, but I think people are pushing the edge, you know. And
that's becoming too much.
And you're right. There's a minority that might not come back from it, but majority will come back from it. They're exploring in their own way, and entertaining the conversation sometimes is all you need to do.
Yeah, why don't you just point your man to the right direction? You know, this is what I call a matured conversation. In fact, I encourage men to ask. Women know themselves past you. It doesn't matter how long you've been. Yeah, it doesn't matter how long you've been married to a woman. She understands that system. So sometimes you got to ask, babe, where am I doing it right? You know, you talk during intimacy. You talk, babe. How far you they feeling like this? And there is no need, if the woman come they say I'm shy, then you have a problem.
Shy okay.
Oh, babe, okay. Go for that. Now you are learning.
Right. We talked earlier about the faster thing, which I agree with our husband material on. There is a nuance between listening to her and then listening to the rhythm and listening to the whole experience, right? There's a nuance there that needs to be understood, right? And if you're listening to the whole experience, it's equivalent to listening to her, right? It's not mutually exclusive. It doesn't mean you're not listening to her by paying attention to the overall experience, right? Yes. But some people are so uncomfortable with themselves, they're awkward, and all because somebody said go and listen, they miss out on the experience, and the girl is even smacking you like you don't shit. And you are actually trying to listen to her, right? But the experience is now being tampered with, right? So it's very, very tricky. That's why I said throw yourself, if you're married, throw yourself in the middle of it. Explore 1 inch of the body part at a time. 1 inch of the body part. If she says slow down, back off, you relax, you know, you can continue, right? Take your time, right?
I don't look, Mr. Lawrence, we're gonna see one day we'll go talk over maybe some bottle of Coke or coffee.
By the grace of God.
You see, for me, life is easy. That's why I'm always a proponent of get married to your friend. When you are married to your friend, a lot of these conversations are easy to.
It's not even a conversation.
Well, lie. Well, you just.
Conversation, Shani. Conversation is shiny. What happened to banter? What happened to What happened to just joking around a little bit? What happened to buy idea? Conversation is pani.
I just don't get it. So that's why when I see people having all these intimacy issue and they were like, oh, my husband. I just say, you are okay, Sha.
Just upstairs now, just telling my wife, just have a king buy idea, Sha, because all walking in, we have a king back.
I don't know.
Just my buy anyway. Right? There's nothing wrong with conversations. I think people should they need to reconnect back with having an experience. That's why I said have some experience. Get out there, put yourself out there. Don't be all too stiff. Don't be too stiff. And I think a lot of the weight is not in talking. It's about good vibes. It's about good vibes.
Somebody said we sit here on face army super salary.
Face it has go make people millionaire. Gracious greatness. That's one of our brothers. He's always cracking jokes in the chat.
Oh wow, I like person like that, man.
Yeah.
So thank you so much. This has been wonderful time.
My brother,
your time.
Thank you so much. Thanks for coming up. It's always fun.
I love Mr. Ola with this topic today.
Yeah.
Face, do this one. Holla, baby. Kill me. Kilo day. At what age will baby kill you? You just say it's easy.
If you go and catch a heart attack.
My brother, kojo.
Men who are 38, 37 are having high blood pressure, and you want them to come and be sitting on there. Relax. No, honest, on all truth, I think we should talk more about this, but definitely more balanced, not extremes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, sir. Thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Talk
Baba.
soon.
Thank you so
Later.
much.
Bye. Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah. So let me see. Let's round it off. Good one. Toby and Tribe say a very complex topic, but I guess the panel has accomplished the first step by opening Nigerians to discussions around the topic of sex, which is quite necessary. Yes, especially Nigerians. Absolutely. Hopefully, better informed experts will be invited. Yeah, I'm not sure if they meant her to be an expert. I'm not sure about that, but I know that Dures was advertising. They sponsored the whole show. So I guess they just wanted somebody who is spicy, who was kissing with their full-blown protruded mouth on TV too. I guess they wanted that. Yeah, but they should have had an expert to balance things out. But Osman Material is a very well-balanced, solid man. And he tried while still making it fun, and I like that. It's so good. We get a little excitement for what she heard from someone else. It's Wahala. Omo, this was a good one, Sha. But let's call it a day. It is tomorrow 5 p.m. as usual. Come through. Hit that like button, share, subscribe on your way out. Please do me a favor, do that. Don't forget, December, I need all of your support to help us share the pre-launch of the book. All right, as we'll be bringing on guests and different conversation and stuff like that. Okay. Hopefully, you've been enlightened and educated. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Beautiful girl, sparkling night, killing time. I find a beautiful girl.
Girl, it's your love that I've been missing. I miss all your hugs, your touching and kissing. Make love on the floor, the couch in the kitchen. One love enough, we done enough.